Aries, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be for April 21st all the way to April 27th. We are almost through with April. And as I'm recording this, it just snowed up in the hills. My parents, God bless them, they live up in the hills in the country here in Casadega. And they just sent me a picture of the snow they got. It looks like fucking December, man. Like, wow. What is it? April 16th. And it's snowing like that. But gotta love living in Western New York, that's for sure. All right, Aries. Well, we've got one major thing going on here at the end of the week. So take it easy this week. But it's a good thing, especially for you. And this is a new moon. New moons are an excellent time to reset, to begin, to plant the seeds, to put our focus on certain items, certain things in our lives that need some attention, and we can manifest positive things through that. This is happening in a neighboring sign of Taurus. So it's about feet on the ground, being practical. It's actually about planting seeds of your desires and doing that and making it happen, tilling the earth, you know. It's happening in your second house, Aries, of finance, self-worth. What value do I put on things? Is it just material things? Is it more than that? You know, there could be a focus on you, like wanting to make more money, taking the steps to make more money, actually going out there and finding a new job. Could be getting a new job, raise, something like that. Something that has to do with money, taxes, loans, dialing down debt, anything like that. But the spiritual aspect of it is what you value. And what you value in yourself and others, and working on that value and not being stubborn in your approach, okay? It could also be a good time to start saving, putting some money aside, all right? So that's the new moon opportunity for you, okay? Now, before we start the tarot, and that's it for the astrology for the week, so it's kind of like a rest week with a good, new moon, because that last full moon that we had a couple weeks ago, man, that was rough. That was a pretty rough full moon. I haven't seen a full moon like that in a long time. And everybody was feeling that. Everybody was susceptible to it. Everyone was like, what the fuck? I mean, that was the general consensus for that whole weekend when that was happening. Unbelievable. Which was just the weekend, a few days ago for me. All right, so let's get a message from your gods. This is from the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses deck. And let's get a message, your guide message, and see what they got for this week. And there it is. And what could it be? Ooh, I love that. Angel of Abundance. Now, as we just spoke about, this is all about finances and stuff like that. So this message here is a steady flow of abundance is about to manifest. I've never gotten this card before in this deck. This is great. I love that. Let's read up on it, shall we? Never got that card. That's great. I've had this deck for years. All right, the Angel of Abundance, Aries, has shown up in your reading today to bestow a special blessing upon you. Accept this blessing of light and allow it to flow through your heart and mind. Allow it to both illuminate and inspire you. A steady flow of abundance is about to manifest in your life because of your willingness in recent months to give and receive in equal measure. True abundance manifests when we love and value ourselves. That's such a huge message for this new moon. So yes, true abundance manifests when we love and value ourselves as much as we love and value those that are dear to us. Keep an open heart and mind and continue to give and receive freely. Accept all the abundance the universe is offering you in the clear knowledge that you deserve it. Damn, that's a great message to start off the week with that new moon and Taurus in the house of your finances and worth and all of that. Wow. Perfect. So the angel of abundance is saying, open up to it. I open up to a steady flow of abundance forever flowing in my life. Okay? All right, now let's get the vibe for the week. So thank you for being here, Aries. Hit that like, hit the subscribe, and let's get the vibe for this week. Wheel of Fortune. I like the way that looks. I thought I saw a card flip over. And I don't think so, but it looks like that is enough. Wow, look at... Jesus. Okay. Wow. This is great. Got a couple messages here. All right. We've got a few things coming in. I'm going to tell you something right now. Things are looking really well for some of you, Aries. For all of you, actually. What am I saying? Some of you. But it's going to affect you differently. So there's a few scenarios that I see happening here. Like for the 40% of you, I see some of you actually making plans to either travel or to move. 4 of Wands always shows a move. 2 of Wands shows the planning of it. 9 of Cups, that's happening. And the Wheel of Fortune, timing. So again, traveling, moving, something like that. The other ones, the rest of you, is having a clear set foundation on where you're going next. I mean, if this isn't opening up to abundance, I don't know what is. But there's a warning here. Don't be tempted to feel like abundance doesn't flow to you. The King of Swords says, I deserve abundance just as much as everybody else. The Queen of Pentacles, holding that pentacle, is like, of course, I deserve it. The 2 of Wands is act as if. Okay? Start putting those intentions forward. I allow abundance into my life. 9 of Cups is literally opening up to abundance and wish fulfillment. The 4 of Wands is celebrating in the wheel. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune. A lot of you could be dealing with landslide victory in a court case or something like that. Money coming your way. It's a lot. Don't be tempted to pull yourself out of that. You know, the Queen of Pentacles is that Taurus energy, because the moon's in Taurus and the new moon, so is the sun. So there's a huge focus on that feet on the ground, being practical. And look, the base chakra is out. So security. Mental conflict is, don't be tempted to sit in this mental conflict and not open up to abundance. You need to be patient. Feet on the ground approach, of course. No more surviving, but thriving, okay? The waiting game. Again, the 2 of Wands. That's all right. We know we deserve it. 2, 2, 2. Balance in relationships, finances. And look at that. 8 of Wands. 8 of Pentacles. Positive movement forward here. And foundations and achievement. 4 of Wands. Again. So focus on home. Could be getting some money to redecorate your home or something like that. You know, let's not sit in the mental conflict. Let's use our thoughts for our advantage and not to our disadvantage. And opening up to abundance is a huge thing for you, Aries. Huge. Huge. All right. Let's get some more oracles. Let's see what else they have to say. This is segueing into the love part. So, when I said that, the cards got really hard to shuffle. Oh, boy. Could that be some of the mental conflict that could be going on here, maybe? Aries? Relationships are in the way. Giving and receiving. 6 of Pentacles. Throat chakra. Yeah, King of Swords also is speak your truth. Speak it into existence. I deserve it. Giving and receiving. Lots of, again, there could be money coming in, lots of gifts, something like that, and believing in succeeding. Jesus. That's a very positive reading this week. Very abundant. And that, it's just funny how that card set the tone for it. Wow, that's just great. That's great. Opening up to abundance, redecorating your home, something with the home. 10 of Cups. Yeah, that's good. That's feeling good. Look, that's just good energy. Especially, with relationships. Because part of the problem with relationships, 9 times out of 10, it's money, it's financial problems, All right, so stand your ground this week. Stand your ground. Don't let the mental conflict get you down. 3 of Wands is something you've been waiting for. Knight of Swords is a message coming in and taking action, you speaking it into existence, you telling somebody you're sorry or something here. Something works out here. And look at that, the 2 of Cups to the 10 of Cups. Jesus. Wow, Aries. Single Aries. Oof. Open up to it. Change. Big time. 2, 3, 4 of Wands all working together. There's a succession here. Wow. Let's get messages of love. Let's see what they add to this. Let's see. Wow. This is very positive. Some of you could be getting married. There's not so much negative stuff going on here. It's a sense of uncertainty, I think. All right? Look at that. Finances. You can't make this shit up. Financial challenges are affecting this connection. Okay. Let's work together towards, work together with your spouse or your mate with finances, and work together on attracting abundance. It'll happen faster, Acceptance. Everything happens for a reason. Okay. Acceptance helps us move on and move towards things. Chemistry. This attraction you feel is mutual. Very much so. Fate. This is a destined partnership. Yeah, with that Wheel of Fortune. And second chance. This relationship deserves a second chance. Now, I really didn't see any indication of that happening with the other cards. But for some of you, there could be a second chance. The 2s say it. The 2s. Got lots of 2s here. So this is about relationships too, and balance in relationships, and being grateful for your relationships, being grateful for the relationships you haven't gotten yet. And it's all about value. Do they bring value to your life? But there's a huge message here on being patient with your process too, All right, Aries, let's get a closing message for you for this week, maybe, if they allow it. Will your guides allow it? I think they've said it loud and clear. Abundance is yours. You just have to believe it. And it's expand. Aries, you're being asked to expand. You live in a huge world with endless possibilities, and staying safe in the known is no longer working for you. It's time to make your world just a little bit bigger. It's time to imagine the possibilities and go for them. Absolutely. Some of you have only been manifesting the bare minimum. Well, you deserve more than the bare minimum. And if you expand, you absolutely will open up to abundance. It's all here. Look at that beautiful card for the week. Love it. All right, Aries, thank you so much. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, the freaking weekend is posted on Wednesdays, gives you the vibe check for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And don't forget, I'm available for in-person and online tarot or astrology readings. You can choose whatever you like, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45-minute combo. Hell yeah. Click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. And don't forget to join the Vibe Tribe. It helps support me and the channel, and I'm going to be adding so much more onto it for you. All right, Aries, I love you all, and I will see you on the weekend. Taurus, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be for April 21st. all the way to April 27th. So welcome, Taurus. Happy birthday. It's your season, baby. Happy birthday to you, early Tauruses. I hope everything's going your way. And if it's not, we got to figure out what's going on here. So this is where we get the vibe for the whole week here at Raise Your Vibration TV. And hope you had a great holiday. Hope there was fun for all and lots of love and healing and all that stuff. And let's talk about the week. Astrologically, we do our tarot reading. We throw a lot at it, actually. I'm a tarot reader and an astrologer. So I like to throw both in. I like to use the astrology first to kind of give us like the astrological weather, what's going on. What can we expect, especially when there's big major energy shifts? And we've gone through quite a few this whole month, and we're not done, but it's a little bit more laid back and it's really in your favor, Taurus. So let's talk about it. April 27th, we have a new moon. Excellent time to begin things, start things, plan. And it's in your sign. It's in Taurus. Ooh, that's great for you. Birthday, new moon, new me, absolutely. You know what I mean? So, with this new moon happening in your first house, this is all about how you perceive yourself to the world. Not only how you perceive yourself, but how you offer yourself to the world. Are you wearing any masks that need to come off? Is it time to take some masks off? Is it time to take care of yourself? It's a huge thing about self-care because it's opposite the 7th house of other people. So there's a balance, a give and take here, which is emphasizing on you, Taurus, to put yourself first on the list. Okay? But it could, getting your hair done, nails did. It's your birthday, fuck. But excellent time to get some things done. Taurus gets, puts the feet to the ground, boom, digs their feet in. Let's do it. Let's go. Hard work. Sometimes, but with this new moon energy in your sign, it's all about you. It could also maybe create some problems or a new beginning in relationships with other people because the first house is opposite the 7th. So there's got to be, that yin and yang balance of self versus others. So you'll see a lot of emphasis on that, but that's the only thing we have here going on astrologically. So before we start the meat of the reading, let's get a message from your guides, shall we? Angels, gods, and goddesses deck. And let's get a message for our Tauruses. Goddess of the shadows. What you perceive to be your dark side holds a hidden treasure. Now, we were just talking about masks and taking those off. Let's read into that. That can be a little confusing. Like, what you perceive to be your dark side holds a hidden treasure. What's that? All right, let's read about it. Realize that any perception or belief you have about yourself or others is actually a deception more than it is a perception. Taurus, pay attention. What you perceive to be your dark side or shadow self holds a hidden treasure. As humans, we rarely see the full picture in any situation because we are forever stuck in the illusion of good and bad. You judge your positive and negative qualities and strive to be more of what you perceive to be positive, while attempting to disown or neglect those aspects which you consider to be negative. By holding this belief, you fail to realize that all serves a purpose and that all benefits you in some way. Everything in our world is made up of positive and negative charges, which together make a whole. We can't have one without the other. You have been guided to choose this card by your soul because you are ready to move to the next level of conscious awareness. Over the coming months, you will find yourself questioning many of your long-held beliefs, and you will realize that many of them are simply illusions that only serve to keep you feeling small, inadequate, or restricted. This card heralds the start of a wondrous and empowering period of your life, which brings to the surface many beautiful experiences and opportunities which in the past you never thought were possible. Damn. So this is honoring your light and dark. Okay? Now, the first house and the seventh house, we've been talking about this polarity. That's it. So this has to do about your perception with relationships and letting some of those long-held beliefs that are illusions now in your reality, letting those go. Wow. And there's so much to unpack in that message. Go back and listen to it. Interesting. All right. So now we're going to get to the meat of the reading. Because it's your birthday. I'm so happy for you. You should be celebrating your birthday. It really saddens me when I hear somebody go, it's just another day. Okay, to other people. But to the people that know you and love you, it's not just another day. So don't ever, maybe that's what you could be doing with this message here, is realizing that you are worthy to be celebrated, whether by yourself or with others. You know what I'm saying? Interesting. All right, let's see what we got for you, Taurus. Thank you so much for being here. Woo, hit that like, hit that subscribe. All right, let's get this card. God. All right, now, let's see what we got here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, there we go. All right. Excellent. Taurus, this is great energy here. Looks a little freaky deaky here, but we got it. Okay, what we need to work on here. Something from the past, definitely. You may be working on some past issues. With the Six of Cups, Five of Pentacles is a fear of failure, being left out in the cold, loneliness. Fear of failure, that's what I say. Fear of failure. So you want to be aware of that the only way to get out of this fear of failure and this existential dread, I guess that's what existential dread, I don't know. I'm fucking stumbling on my words. You have the key to get out of here, all right? I get frustrated with myself. Six of Swords is, yes, moving out of this stormy weather and into calmer waters, but it's new thoughts that are going to take you there, not the old ones. We're letting go of the old ones and keeping the ones that work. And this does center around a past issue. What to embrace is the universe has your back. The star also indicates a time of healing. The Emperor is taking your power back, and you heal from doing that. You take your power back over this. That helps you move forward. That's a very simple task to do. Now, the outcome is fantastic. Knight of Pentacles is an offer coming in. Knight of Pentacles is action. It's also slow and steady wins the race here. Three of Wands is something you've been waiting for, something that you've been, you may have started to feel negatively about. But knowing that the universe has your back and you empower yourself because you deserve it, the opportunity comes. This could be a new job. This could be more money. This is an opportunity here. Just doesn't have to do with money. It could be with anything in your life, all right? But the main message is empowering yourself and healing that part of yourself, something from the past that definitely needs to be dealt with here. Okay? But it pays off big time. All right, let's get some oracles and see what the fuck they got for us. All right, yeah, okay. Suffering in silence, again, that reiterates this Five of Pentacles here. And conflict and defeat. All right, I see where this is going. We've done enough of that, okay? The discontent and boredom has a couple messages here. First of all, do not turn your back on opportunities here, all right? because you feel like you're not adequate or something from the past. Do not turn your back on that. It's time to get out of this funk, this shoulda, woulda, coulda energy, and embrace new beginnings here. When you do, material and spiritual prosperity, there's almost like a self-deception here that we need to get out of. And you could be really upset with yourself because of it, but it's actually necessary that you go through this because you can heal yourself by empowering your situation. This is you getting out of a fear state, out of survival, and getting into a thriving state, you know? But it's going to take some work. It's linked to the past. Pay attention to 666. That's not what you think. 666 is a balance in relationships here, too. So let's look at relationships, shall we? Let's see what we got for you, Taurus. Anything else? There it is. Okay. Thank you. Let's see what we got. Oh, my God, we got a lot. Okay, this does kind of tell a little bit of the story here. So, all right. How do I do this? Okay, for some reason, especially when it comes to relationships, business partnerships, anything like that, you're feeling stuck. You are not stuck. In fact, you need a new perspective. Ace of Swords is communication coming in. So again, communication is probably important for this, but it is very important for you to know this, that you are at a halfway point here. Pay attention to 555, and that is the halfway point. The pendulum is about to swing in your favor because things have been a little grim. But again, it's where are you putting your attention here? And you need some rest. 4 of Swords. It's also putting a lot of this to rest. One thing you need to do is don't get involved in any drama. Don't start any drama. Don't fight with anybody. Release your judgments about you and about yourself and others. It is time to move forward. You've been burdened by a lot of relationships here. But know this. Have faith. Another 5. There's a lot of 5s here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 5s. And strength. You're strong enough. Have faith and strength in your relationships. That's a lot to unpack here. But what it shows is an opportunity once we get out of this fear of failure, this fear state, that is integral to moving forward for you this week. And that new moon energy can actually have you be looking at this and doing something about it. It's releasing the mindset and the feelings of inadequacy, and know that, you know, with the good comes the bad and the bad comes the good, and vice versa. You know what I mean? So let's get some messages of love. That's a lot to unpack. So stay away from the drama. You don't need to be judging. You know, Taurus, sometimes you can be that way. It's just, you know, it's a warning. Let's not stay stuck in this. You need a new approach, a mental approach to this. Okay. What else? I feel like there's one more in there. There it is. Boom. Okay. Forgiveness. Forgiveness. Forgiving yourself or another will help you move forward. Boom. Finances, financial challenges are affecting this connection. Okay. So again, there's a lot of pentacles here. There's a lot of bickering and fighting and, you know, blah, 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 blah. But finances can be a problem. But I'm going to tell you something right now. That will change also. Work on abundance flowing into your life. Friendship. This friendship is leading to more. Sure. But I think that's, for a lot of you Tauruses, I think that's causing a lot of problems. So you've got to think about that and see if it's going to be worth it. Is it causing a lot of drama? Is that what you're trapped in fear of? You know, are you feeling stuck in this situation? You're really not. Okay. And for some of you, true love, this love is emotional, physical, and unconditional. And how I want you to view this message is you can experience true love when you love yourself emotionally, physically, and unconditionally. That energy reciprocates back to you. Okay? So be aware of that. It's very important for you to understand that. All right. But this is showing the shadow side of yourself that's necessary in order for you to move on. That's what the goddess of the shadows is telling you. All right. So let's get a closing message here. That's a lot, man. That's a lot, Taurus, but you got this. Again, there's like something you've been waiting for. You know, it's going to resolve here, and you just need to be ready to resolve. Do I keep these? No. Okay, there's 2 there. All right. Ask for help. You're being asked to request help from another to deal with this issue. You don't need to deal with it alone. There are many people who want to help you, but it's up to you to bravely ask for their support. It's a sign of strength to reach out. Do that today. So again, you could be in this situation where you don't know how to even ask for help. You know, I think it's time for you to do that. Maybe too proud and too stubborn. It's all right. You got people around you that will help. Have faith. All right, expand. You're being asked to expand, Taurus. You live in a huge world with endless possibilities, and staying safe in the known is no longer working for you. It's time to make your world just a little bit bigger. It's time to imagine the possibilities and go for them. Absolutely, and there's an opportunity for you to do that. The big message is not to turn your back on opportunity. And once you release this fear and this conflict and defeat and get ready to move forward and take your power back, holy shit, do things change. All right? Ask your angels and guides for support also. All right, Taurus, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, the freaking weekend is posted on Wednesdays. That gives you the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I am available for in-person and online readings, tarot or astrology or both. It's your choice. I got special deals for you. Click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. And join the Vibe Tribe. Join our ever-growing community of like-minded individuals who are vibing high and taking names, baby. Taurus, happy birthday. And I will see you on the weekend. Gemini, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. That's right. This tarot reading is going to be for April 21st all the way to April 27th, so welcome. Gemini, how are you doing? Hope you had a great weekend. Hope everything was well for you. Hope you got to enjoy yourself at some point, you know, and really worked on what we talked about for the weekend and for the week. Of course, you can go back and watch those too to get some kind of theme if you're new to the channel and to your Gemini reading. But this is where we get down for you, Gemini, the astrology and the tarot and the guidance and everything in between. So welcome. Of course, we go over the astrology first, and we've had a lot of energetic shifts lately. Wouldn't you agree? We've had Mercury go direct. We have Venus go direct. We have Mars moving into Leo. That happened this past weekend on Friday. So, and it's actually Good Friday. It's the 18th. I'm recording this now. And I was out with my friend Stevie before I opened the shop. And yeah, people driving, darting in and out, really not paying attention to what they're doing. Everybody's got their own agenda, you know. Maybe it's because it's before, Easter, that weekend before Easter, and people are rushing around getting their kielbasa or their ham. Or, oh my God, I forgot the asparagus. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot the rolls. I burned the Easter cake. Oh my God. Go down to the corner and get something from the bakery. Oh, this is horrible. This is the worst Easter ever. With that Mars and Leo energy, yeah. That happens. It's a little extra, a little much. So just be aware of that, I'm sure you are. Well, I guess it's past now, but, I guess, these energetic shifts that have happened have really kind of shift the stage to where we need to go next. So with that being said, the only other energy shift that we have going on here is April 27th. the new moon is happening. The new moon is happening in Taurus, and it is happening in your 12th house. Okay, now the 12th house, there's a lot of controversy with the 12th house, only because I just didn't like what the standard definition of it was. It was kind of outdated. It really didn't say much. It was kind of like a void, you know. But as I progressed in learning astrology and really finding deeper meaning for the houses and all of the associations with it, I learned that the 12th house serves as your subconscious and what's going on inside of there. It shows a lot of mental illness for the way some placements are, especially with the 12th and the 6th house planets there interacting in opposition to each other, because the 6th and the 12th are opposite each other. So, I mean, basically what it comes down to is when we have a new moon in a 12th house, such as yours this week, Gemini, it's a new approach to get rid of the mental clutter. That's what, whether it's a new moon or a full moon, it has the same message. Be realistic with yourself in the fact that you, most of the time, do not think highly of yourself. There are things that hold you back, especially in daily routine. You could be easily triggered by things. You're in a bad routine, you're doom scrolling, or you waste your time. You know, it's and the reason why we don't take action on these things is because of the subconscious, that 12th house influence. And it's time now to clear out that mental clutter and to start new and start doing different habitual things, good habitual things. You know, like talking beautifully about yourself, loving yourself and others. You know, they often say that the new moon, the 12th house is, things working behind the scenes. And that's the subconscious. The subconscious is 97% running the show in your daily life. So what are we feeding that? What have we been fed? From 0 to 8, our subconscious takes in everything because we can't differentiate whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. That's something we don't like, we do like. We just absorb that behavior going on around us. Boom. It's an excellent time to clear out that mental clutter, Gemini. And you can do it because you know damn well it does clutter things up. All right, which one are we doing? You know what? I'm going to go with both of these. They're just staring at me like, don't you put one or the other? Okay, I love this one. Never had this one before. This is Angel of Diet and Nutrition. This is all 6th house stuff, opposite the 12th. Pay attention to what you eat and drink. You intuitively know what is good for you. Okay. And Angel of Abundance. Yeah, I got this card for somebody else's reading. It was absolutely beautiful. I love that card. A steady flow of abundance is about to manifest here. Now, putting the two messages together is your body is a temple. And again, it comes back to one of the statements I said. You don't think too highly of yourself. So how does that manifest in some ways? Diet and nutrition. How does it manifest in another way? Lack of abundance, being in lack. Okay, so let's read more on the Angel of Diet and Nutrition. Let's get a little bit more insight. You are being urged to pay attention to what you eat and drink. Make sure you maintain a balanced diet. Remember, you intuitively know what is good for you. Simply pay attention and be mindful, all in moderation. Okay. You are also being urged to pay attention to your thoughts. Aha, here we go. Healthy nutrition is not solely derived from what we eat and drink. It also stems from our thoughts. Positive and loving thoughts are just as nourishing as good food and drink. Let go of every fearful and negative thought and replace all with love. There is nothing to fear. Now, you can't make this shit up. Here I thought this was going to be more about, what we feed ourselves food-wise. And this is about thought-wise. With this new moon in Taurus, you can come up with a pretty solid plan because Taurus is grounded, so it's not this far-fetched idea. It's making it real of not only feeding your body the proper food, but also the thoughts that also feed the body and the mind and the soul. God damn. And your energy. Fucking fantastic. Ring that fucking bell. Ring it louder. There we go. Shit. Because you're worth it. Gemini, you can ring my bell anytime. All right, let's look at the other one. What is that? I'm going to look at it one more time. Angel of Abundance. Did you see how many times I looked at that fucking card? Just in a really good mood. And it's okay to do that. I haven't been in a good mood in a long time. Oh, for the love of Lord. Where's the Angel of Abundance? I'm opening up to it. And there it is. There it is. All right, the Angel of Abundance has shown up in your reading today to bestow a special blessing upon you. Accept this blessing of love. Accept this blessing of light and allow it to flow through your heart and mind. Allow it to both illuminate and inspire you. A steady flow of abundance is about to manifest in your life because of your willingness in recent months to give and receive in equal measure. So fucking true, guys. True abundance manifests when we love and value ourselves as much as we love and value those that are near and dear to us. Keep an open heart and mind and continue to give and receive freely. Accept all the abundance the universe is offering you in the clear knowledge that you deserve it. Man, we can just end the reading right here, guys. This is good enough. Your guides are nodding their head in agreeance. And just look at that energy. If that's not springtime energy, get into that. Fuck yeah, Gemini. Damn. I love that. Open up to that. And it's all about the 12th house. Getting rid of thoughts, behavior patterns, beliefs that no longer serve you. That puts you in a more grounded state. You're an air sign. You do need grounding. You know, picture yourself like an electric current. And the electric current is just going wild unless it has something to ground, to connect to. You know what I mean? So you need that because that's the only way that energy can discharge is to get grounded. Follow me on that? Damn. All right. Wow. Gemini. Oh my God. Wow. Wow. The hell's going on here? All right. You know what? No problem. Okay. There it is. Wow. I said, wow, the way that reading came about. Damn. Okay. Outcome looks really good here. Fate is on your side. Completing a cycle is really the name of the game here. The message to you is you're not stuck. You need a different way of looking at this, Gemini. Of course you do. So let's go through it. You're worried. You're almost in this victim mentality that you've been left out. Something that's going on with drama, competing, maybe something with work. Feeling left out, fear of failure, having to fight for what you need. This is what you're kind of stuck in. And this ain't feeding yourself very well. And not opening up to abundance either. So, the message here and how this changes is that we're not stuck. So the King of Swords in the outcome is saying, listen, we need to look at this in the long view. We need perspective. You know, he's high up in the mountains. He's looking at his kingdom and looking at it for what it's worth and for what it is, and using his wisdom to make the proper choices for himself and cutting all cords to this bad energy, this negative energy. The Wheel of Fortune is saying the luck is on your side. Take a risk. You will be in the right place at the right time. You have to look at things differently. And the world is your oyster here. And the world is what you make of it and how you see it and how you express yourself to it. Wow. Great reading, Gemini. Great reading. I hope you agree too, because I get a good feeling about it. Sure, it looks kind of a little haywire over here, but it's really a solution. Really start changing the way that you're looking at this and pay attention to 555. Look at that right there. Boom. 555. That's a turning point. And then a payoff with the 10. Absolutely. Good for you. It's all in how you look at it, guys. That's the big message. And it opens you up. To closing out this kind of like bad luck cycle. I don't even want to say that. That's not it. Crown, chakra, open it up. When you're in fear, that closes right up. It clamps right down on it. No. Be patient with yourself. Everything in due time. Just because it's not here for you right now, Gemini, doesn't mean you don't deserve it or it's not coming in. You have to act as if that you are deserving of recognition and reward, and you will receive it. I love that. Let's get some relationship vibes. What's going on here? Are we worried about a relationship? We having a little tiff? Maybe at a stalemate here? Maybe no contact? 7 of Cups, making a choice. Making a choice of some sort. Maybe that's what you're worried about, making the right choice. Of course, you're playing over every scenario in your head. Okay, there we go. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. I mean, this is all good. Make the choice in your relationships. Choose the best for you. That's it. That's it. And the universe will guide you from there. Again, the Temperance card is out again here. And it's saying in due time, things will work out. You have to have that perspective. It's about empowering yourself also, especially in relationships. You should be feeling and looking really good. And then look at that, the Lover's card and the Chariot. This is great energy here for relationships. Something opens up here, guys. You have to open up to it. And then it opens up for you. It's negative belief patterns about relationships and being worthy of a good one. Isn't that something? How we even question our what do they call that? Legitimacy in order to have a decent relationship. We have to almost gaslight ourselves to tell ourselves that we do, or do we gaslight ourselves and tell us that we don't? You know, again, that's 12th house issues that you can clear out with this new moon. And it's just to have a good attitude. It starts off with a good attitude, you know, and not being so, one-sided. All right, well, there's the messages. They want me to go with this. Self-care, clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting, please. And thank you. You know what? I'm going to leave these right where they were and turn them over where they were, okay? Marriage, this relationship is moving toward a sacred union. Are you worried about that? Are some of you worried about that it's not going to happen? Integrity. Does this situation align with your values and morals? All right, here's another thing that you need to choose. Soulmate. Your soulmate loves, accepts, and respects you. And this was on the Patience cards. The universe is working in your favor. Self-care needs to. There's some questions you need to ask yourself about this, but love, accept, and respect yourself first, and you will attract that energy in. Different pages. You and this person don't share the same vision, and that's okay. Empower yourself to know that you are worthy of someone that will. You see what I'm saying? It's turning this negative thought patterns on its ass. And being patient with the process. There's another thing about being patient, Gemini. So curb that energy down. Go outside and ground. Bare feet on the ground. 15 minutes. At least do that. Will ya? Okay, let's get some closing messages. Check in. When you think about whatever it is that you're pondering, take a moment to check in with how you feel about it. Do you feel lighter or heavier? Excited or filled with dread? Pay attention to your inner guidance. It's always so helpful. That's what you need to do. Where's that meter going? Shitsville or Oz? Where's it going? You know, let's go here. Over the rainbow. Celebrate. Abso-fucking-lutely. You're being asked to celebrate recent accomplishments, no matter how big or small. Do something special to commemorate the moment. You deserve that and so much more. Okay? Be patient with your process here, Gemini. You were at the turning point where you're like, no, that's it. I can't do this anymore. I have to take care of this. I have to heal this for myself and get rid of this. And boom, chicka, boom, boom. There it is. All right, Gemini, that's going to do it for this reading. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, the freaking weekend is posted on Wednesdays, where you can get the vibe check for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I am available in person and online for readings, tarot or astrology or both. I got you covered. Click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. All right, Gemini, you have a great week. Do some self-care, celebrate yourself, and get out of this shitty energy. And I will see you on the weekend. Bye. Cancer, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be for April 21st all the way to April 27th. So welcome, Cancer. Hope you are doing well. Wow, have we had some energy shifts going on, man. Ooh-wee. But it's all good. Isn't the energy starting to change now? We've had Mercury go direct now. We've had Venus starting to go direct now. We've just had that full moon in Libra. We've had right now Mars moving into Leo as I speak. Well, yesterday it did, on Friday. So then we have, Easter weekend. The sun moved into Taurus. Now we're in Taurus season. Lots of energy shifts here and how we calibrate that. And for this week, we have one major thing going on, and that is on the 27th, we have a new moon. Excellent opportunity to go ahead and now adjust to these energies, and it's happening in Taurus. So, again, we've got Taurus season here. It's upon us, and it's about practicality, earth element things, feet on the ground, practical. Making things happen. Sorry, I had to get a sip of water. Yeah, it's all things earth. So basically what this is kind of like setting us up for is to take all these energies and ground them somehow. This new moon gives us an excellent opportunity to do that with this Taurus new moon. And it's shining light on your 11th house. So the 11th house has quite a few things with it. It's your hopes, dreams, and wishes. It's how you react with your vibe tribe. It's your friends. It's your friends versus lovers, that kind of thing. It's really the people that you keep in your life, It also has to do with receiving love. The 5th house, opposite the 11th, is giving love. The 11th is receiving. So are we receiving what we want from the universe? Are we being practical about it, or are we not? We're being impractical about it. So a new moon gives you an opportunity. This usually sets you up with different people, like-minded people, getting your, finding your vibe tribe. Okay? Interesting. But it's time to, sometimes cancers are a little hermitish, and sometimes it's not wise to do that. It's good as far as when you're healing and protecting yourself, but then we get into this mode where, interacting with the rest of the universe is sometimes for you not an option. So, that being said, but that's the only influence we have for this new moon. I mean, we have the 27th. That's it. So you get a little bit of rest to adjust to these energies. And now it's time to set forth new goals, new aspirations of what you really want out of life, and finding the right people in your life to achieve that. Okay. Now we've got a message from your your guides. This is from the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses deck, and it is God of Indulgence. It's all right. Stop beating yourself up. A little indulgence in balance is healthy. Have you been indulging, Cancer? And if you've been indulging, are you making yourself feel bad about it? Probably. Judging yourself? Can't even have fun, can you? Just can't even have fun. Just got to rip that out of your hands too. All right, let's get the meaning for this. It is wonderful to indulge in the thing we love every once in a while, in the things we love once in a while. Everything is fine in good measure. Just don't overdo it, whether it is food, drink, or substances of any kind, relationships, or material possessions. Remember, excess of anything leads to some form of imbalance. Yet at the same time, remember that all is valid and all is love. A little indulgence in some form or another is natural and even healthy. So don't beat yourself up, Cancer, when you do indulge in those things you love. Just be mindful. Don't deny yourself. Just keep it in balance. And when you do indulge, try to do it in ways that nurture and nourish your spirit rather than cloud or suppress it. So a little indulgence is healthy. There's a balance in that. You need that. All work and no play makes Cancer a very angry soul. You know, we don't want that. And, feeling guilty about giving yourself some kind of pleasure, whatever it is not the way to go, but overdoing it, that's the other thing. Like when I think of overindulgence, I think of Jim Morrison. I hate the Doors. I'm sorry, but it sounds like drunken clown music to me. But it's just, how did I describe it? Yeah, it's excess. Like Jim Morrison was the poster child of excess, just do it, almost inviting death or whatever, very weird character. Yeah, we don't need to be so excessful, but we do need to indulge. So just don't beat yourself up over it. I guess that's what it is, so indulge yourself with a little bit of fun times with people, have some fun. Just as long as it doesn't hurt you or others, I think we're all right, All right, so let's get the vibe for the week for you, Cancer, and see what's going on here. Let's see. What do we have? We already got the vibe that, is that it? I think one more. Yeah, it flipped over. There it is. Two more. Okay. So we already got this feeling of already feeling bad for indulging yourself in life's little pleasures, So let's see how the vibe works out for you. Interesting. Wow. Okay. How does this piece together? Ooh, there it is. It's so weird how this all goes together. Knows exactly what to do. Yeah, that goes this way. That's it. Yes. All right. Cancer. Are you ready? Are you ready for the best tarot reading you ever had? Let's do it. What we need to work on, what we need to embrace, and the outcome. Holy shit. The outcome looks really good. And usually when I say holy shit, it's good. Okay, so relax. This is good. This is very, very good. But we ain't seeing this if we ain't doing something about this. Okay? 5 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Swords. I look at this energy as there's a fear of failure. Again, I've got the Hermit and the 5 of Pentacles, which is being alone. And I think we've had enough of this. The message is, okay. Oh, look, my guides, Jeff said, my guides gave me permission to just stow away and not interact with anybody. No, that's not what this is. This is the opposite of it. This is, you've done enough of this. I just needed to say that before I started. But this Five of Pentacles is a fear of failure in some way. Four of Pentacles is, well, now you're holding back. However, the Ten of Swords is saying, well, let's change this, especially when it comes, there's also a thing about lack here. There's an underlying undertone of, I don't have enough money, so I can't have fun, or money equals security to me, or something like that. There's an undertone of that. Okay. Wow. Wind's really blowing out there. Just made my window go. It freaked me out. So the Ten of Swords is saying, listen, we got to get our negative thoughts. We got to change this. We've got to change. It's just, again, it's like this warning that this message gave us, that don't beat yourself up about it. We need to not be so negative in our thoughts, simply because there's a fear here, and it makes you hold back. It dims your light. You shrink away from everybody, and that's it. Now, what we need to embrace is our inner knowledge that we've got this. It all is all about empowerment and action, because there's wands and a lot of fire going on. We changed from this dullness to this heat. So we need to move forward here. We need to move to empower ourselves and get our passion back. We open up to getting our passion back. It's not something we need to fight for. If you want your passion back, start doing something that you're passionate about. And don't tell me, well, I don't know what that is. You know exactly what that is. Stop holding back. The outcome, however, is fantastic here. Two of Wands, the Lovers, and the Ten of Pentacles. This could be traveling to a new job. This could be an opportunity here, traveling to somebody that you're with or may be with. This is partnerships of all kinds. Long-lasting. Ten of Pentacles is long-lasting, solid earth energy, But again, it also could be more money coming your way. Maybe a partnership with somebody to make more money. There's a lot to unpack here. Again, there's an undertone of money. I almost feel like you get bummed out when you only got $2 in your pocket. So what? That's temporary. You know what I mean? But that bums you out. Well, I can't do anything. There's plenty you can do. The world has a lot of things free of charge. Think about it. What can you do that's free of charge? For some reason, I just feel like there's that message of there's a lack mentality here, and it needs to change. I could be wrong, but I never am. Okay, anything else? Nope. All right. Yep. Here, see, look. Suffering in silence. Holding us back. Discontent and boredom. The Four of Pentacles again, which is, this is actually the Four of Cups. I'm sorry. This is the Four of Cups. And this is, this can mean a couple things. But what this really shows is don't turn your back on opportunity here. There's an opportunity to change this attitude around. It's time, and you need to do that. Pay attention to 444. Beautiful angel numbers there for you to discover. And hope. That's what changes this. The energy shifts. There's a big energy shift for you this week. Okay? Do not turn your back on the opportunity to embrace that. Absolutely no bueno. Okay? You follow me? Indulge in your passions. That's what I think it is. How could you beat yourself up about putting in the work for your own things that you're passionate about? How dare you? Okay. Let's look at love, relationships, and all kinds of things and such. All right, very easy. We need to walk away, emotionally withdraw, whatever the fuck you got to do. You got to get out of this feeling lonely, regrets. Let's have the sunshine dry up those tears, shall we? Almost. You're teetering on victim mentality. It really feels like that. Pay attention to 999. Also, this is deserving abundance. You're deserving a better life. And then instead of wallowing about the one you don't have, which you could easily have when you allow yourself. Knight of Swords is taking action. There could be communication coming in for you, or you need to take the action. I really think it's both. Because it's signified with the Emperor here, which is taking action. Also, you're just not taking your power back, you're taking action to do it. And usually speaking up is the number one thing here. I really like how this energy shifts from this humdrum, my winter of discontent, into all of a sudden, boom, opening up to it. And also with your relationships here, I have the Ace of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the World. This is great energy. Again, this changes. There's a new opportunity here. Dare I say some Cancers are even thinking about traveling, a huge thing about traveling, but also moving too. You heard it here first. Okay. Let's get some messages of love. So relationships look good. Again, everything looks like it shifts this week for you, if that's what you choose. And you may call it overindulgence because you're actually doing something good for yourself. And, and that's what the message is here, okay? To do that. A lot of focus on the home, too. So that's like, all right, getting projects done, completing a lot of things, taking action. I really hate when this card comes out. I don't know why, but we're gonna discuss it. Strictly sexual. This connection is passionate but not enduring. Okay, so I guess we need something a little bit better in our lives. Do you feel that's what's got you in this loop? Do you feel like that's all it is a sexual connection? When I'm looking at this and thinking, no, you could open up to a lot more. Maybe that's what you're doing. You're finding out that you're just indulging in sex and not the actual feeling of it. It's just, things you do. You see what I'm saying? And there's a warning here. Don't dismiss the red flags here. Yeah, it's no more holding back. No more keeping yourself sequestered from the rest of the world. It's time to go out there. Do something. Ooh, it's going to start storming. And you've learned your spiritual lesson. Yes, that where you put your focus determines your reality. Because this week can really turn out great if we just shift it and not turn our back on the opportunity to do so. All right, Cancer, let's get a closing message for you. Lot to unpack here, but it all looks good as long as we're just not in this. How many times am I doing this to you, It's all right. It's progress. You're making progress. Ooh, there's the message. Come here, you little shit. Oh. Okay. Manifest. Absolutely. Cancer, you're always manifesting, whether you're aware of it or not. Manifestation is based on your thoughts, and you're being asked to manifest consciously through positive thinking. So you'll attract into your life exactly what you're wanting. That is the whole crux of this reading. Manifest it. It can happen. Pay attention to 444 and 999. Manifest what you want, finally. Don't turn your back on the opportunity to do that. Really, that's what this is all about this week, and changing the focus and opening up to it and indulging in yourself because you fucking deserve it. All right, Cancer, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget the freaking weekend is posted on Wednesdays, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday vibe. Hell the fuck yeah. And in-person and online readings are available with me, tarot or astrology or both. I got you. Click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. All right, Cancer, you have a lovely week. I love you all, and I will see you on the weekend. Leo, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. Welcome, Leo. This is going to be for April 21st all the way to April 27th. Wow. We are sailing through this month, and it is still effing snowing here in Western New York as I'm recording this on the 16th. Can you fucking believe this? I don't know. We better have a good summer. We better have a good summer. That's all I'm saying. I want my windows open. I don't want to have the heat on. I want to be able to like go outside and plant and do all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? I'm being patient. Being patient. I guess that's what it takes right now, is to be patient. Welcome, fellow kings and queens. Let's get the vibe for the week. We talk about the astrology first, and we have one thing going on, and that's on April 27th. We have other aspects, but this is the big one. This is the new moon happening in Taurus on the 27th. New moons are an excellent time to reset, get back to true north, set some goals. You know, it's a monthly thing. It's a 30-day, 28.6-day cycle. So let's get into the rhythm of around the new moon. All right, let's set up some new challenges for ourselves. Let's put in some goals that are realistic. You know, Taurus is an earth sign. It's a very feet on the ground approach. It's square us on the Zodiac wheel. So, you know, it's a little challenging, but it's showing up in our 10th house of the outside world. What are we attracting from the outside world? Because what's going on inside is what's going on out there. So we have to be very aware that maybe we're not putting realistic goals and expectations out into the world. Expectations lead to future disappointments. But it's also establishing a firm foundation in what you do, you know, and standing your ground. So the 10th house can mean a lot, you know, new job opportunity, new way of making money, because Taurus is all about resources and money, you know. But it's an opportunity nonetheless. Yeah, it could also just be, you know, being involved with the public, being out there, putting yourself out there. What is it that you're putting out there, you know? What kind of vibe are you putting out there? Is it working for you? Those are all new moon and Taurus themes, all right? But that's the only thing we got going on. But you can establish a new way of approaching things, the outside world, how you put yourself out there, you know? Because the 10th is always squared the ascendant, your first house. So maybe there's some challenges there on expressing yourself, being more realistic. All right, now let's get a message from your guides. This is from the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses deck. And Leo, it is Angel of Addiction Healing. This is a time of positive transformation and healing. Excellent. I could use some of that. I think we could all use some of that, huh? Addiction healing, though, seems pretty serious, you know? All right, let's read about it. You are protected and loved by God and the many angels that surround you right now, Leo. God and the angels are here to help, support, and heal you. They would like you to know that all can be healed through the light of love, absolutely. All you need to do is surrender any addiction which you wish to release and which no longer serves you to God and the angels. Invite them into your life and have faith in their ability to help you through this healing process as gently and loving as possible. Trust. This is a time of positive transformation and wondrous healing. Okay, now I have a prayer. This is a suggested prayer they have in here. And it goes, and you can play this back, maybe, you know, write it down. Dear God, angels, and ascended masters, help me to overcome my addiction in the most gentle and loving way possible. Give me the strength, resolve, and courage to stick with my decision to quit. May your loving and healing light balance and heal me physically, emotionally, and mentally. Help me to feel the love and light which exists at the center of my being. Help me reconnect with my inner child who lovingly holds the purest essence of all I truly am. I love that line. Thank you, dear God, angels, and ascended masters. So I like that. Angel of addiction healing. Like, for instance, my car accident that happened in February has this has been a healing process for me, but it's also been transformative. I quit smoking shortly after this accident. So it's almost been almost now 3 months that I have stopped smoking. No more cigarettes. Absolutely zilch, none, zip, zero. Fuck that shit. And that was the one thing I said I'd never give up because I love doing it. I did. I love smoking. I thought it was cool. I'm a 70s kid. I had no chance. You know what I mean? I thought it was cool. I thought it was something you did. I don't even know what it is. And then I got addicted to it, I do have somewhat of addictive personality, but it seems like as I got older, like I used to bite my nails incessantly, just bite my nails incessantly. When I went through my health transformation and lost all the weight and started eating healthy and working out and all of that, the urge and the need to bite my nails ceased. It's gone. Never to I used to bite my nails bloody. Nothing. No urge to do it at all. And it's the same way with smoking. It's just gone. It was that easy. It was also because, the hospital stays that I had, the days that I was in there, I had no choice but to not smoke. So there it is. So this is a great time for healing, especially for addictions. Maybe that's what you're putting out there, that you're ready for healing. So it could be a very transformative, transformative, transformative and transformational at the same time. Yeah, great time for healing. So allow it and be grateful for it. All right, Leo. Let's get the vibe for the week. Okay. What do we got for us Leos? What do we have for this week, for this new moon? What do we need to be aware of? Thank you. All right. Have any more cards that fell on the floor? Nope, we don't. All right. Let's flip them all over and see what we got. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Wow. We got a lot going on here, kids. Okay, that's how it. Do you see how that came together? Do you know that my eyes basically cross when I'm putting these all in place? I have no idea. I have no idea how these are all being put together. You know what I mean? I love that part of it because I'm not even here at that moment when I'm doing that. I don't know what the hell's going on. And then I look at it like, okay, all right, and it's weird how the cards even out, they all have this layout. It's just incredible. All right. Thank you, spirits and guides. All right. So what we need to work on here is the devil, the Two of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. This is an imbalance. We have balance and imbalance. So let's not be tempted to focus on all the imbalance in our lives this week. In fact, it's time for these negative thoughts that keep us in imbalance to move forward. And you have to understand that it's because your defenses are up. And I understand why you have those defenses up. You know, us Leos can be very defensive because we're trying to protect ourselves. All right. But the Queen of Swords is in the middle of this, is proper planning leads to prevents piss poor performance, of course. Not letting this get in the way. This is moving on and really speaking your truth and cutting the cords to the past that puts us out of imbalance. The Knight of Swords is taking action, not only speaking it, but doing it. And this works out here. The Knight of Wands, getting your passion ignited. You know, knights are action. There's things moving here, folks. And the Justice is focusing on balance. Things work out for you. Really, they balance out. And the Three of Cups is celebrating. Lots of celebrating here, you know, after much ado about nothing. You know what I mean? But this is really just taking charge for this week. Okay. Let's get some oracles and see what's going on here. Yeah. Two of Pentacles, trying to balance, trying to juggle. Justice is balance coming into view. It's mainly our thoughts, and we got to change the way that we, again, perceive ourselves to the world. Okay. Wow. Wow. Big message of do not turn your back on opportunities that are available to you. Don't be tempted to do that. Memories of love, somebody coming back around. This could be also childhood things. There's a lot of love around you. There really is. Where are you looking for it? Are you looking at there isn't, or are you looking at there is? And then love begins. Ace of Cups, new beginning here. And love could be, if you're single. 3, 6, 9. Got another 6 here. Interesting. All right. Let's get some more oracles. See what they got for us, Leo. There has been, in our readings before, talk about relationships and something going on with those. Yeah, look at that. Choose your battles, stand your ground. Don't turn your back on opportunities here, really. And, you know, put up boundaries instead of walls, definitely. Clarity of belief, Ace of Swords. It's time for a new way of looking at things. And taking the lead, yes, empowering yourself. Beautiful energy there. Beautiful energy. Taking the lead in everything. Focusing on balance. There's a huge thing about gratitude here, too. You know, gratitude. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, let's see. What else do we have for love for Leo? What do we have for love for Leo? Okay. Yeah. Being wishy-washy and what we want, where we're going, what we need, that kind of thing. Again, second chance, somebody coming back around. This is also feeling stuck. Let's not be tempted to do that. Do not turn your back on opportunities. It's time to put in the work, the dedicated effort to move out of this, especially when it comes to relationships. And all you really need to do is just be your sunny self. That's great positive energy right there. So relationships look positive here. Very. Opportunities. An opportunity, couple opportunities from a couple people. This kind of is like the weekend reading, I think, too. Let's be aware of that. An apology, slow and steady. And look at that, the Chariot. Success. Beautiful. Now, let's get our messages of love, shall we? Let's see what else they add to this. So there's a lot of pentacles here. So money could be also an issue. Not really an issue. I see money coming in. you know? Interesting. Let's see what else we have. Okay. Yeah. Interference. An external party is intruding on this relationship. Okay. Stand your ground, put up walls. Don't put up walls, put up boundaries. Make sure nobody's stepping over in your turf. You know what I mean? Make sure no one's interfering with your personal life. That could make you feel stuck, unavailable. This person is unavailable to give you all you deserve. For a lot of you, that's what's causing the imbalance, and we're working towards that either by getting out of the situation, having this conversation, and moving forward. And go slow. Take time to get to know each other. Now, for some of you on the other end of the spectrum here, this is going to move fast when you meet this person. It could be through a friend group also. Something definitely is happening here for you single Leos. Couples, same thing. Going slow, having conversations, especially when it comes to finances, okay? Interesting. All right, let's get a closing message for you, Leo, for this week. So go slow. That Taurus new moon is also saying, Taurus don't move fast unless it's provoked or it sees red. They're the bull. All right, let's get a closing message, and it's give. One of the best feelings we can experience is giving to others. When we do so, we feel lifted up, and our lives improve greatly because of someone else's happiness. Think of one way you can give to another today. Now, let that be a balanced thing. Again, opportunity to give here. When you're giving, maybe you're helping somebody with their healing. Family and friends definitely in the mix here. But let down your walls. Speak your truth. Go slow. You're going to meet somebody. Go slow. Don't go too fast. Just be you. You know what I mean? Don't focus on things that will put you out of balance. It's time to really just open up to balance big time. Give yourself that opportunity also. And know that this is a time of great healing and transformation. So good for you, Leo. All right, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to watch the Freaking Weekend that's posted on Wednesdays. Gives us the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday all over again. And I am available for tarot readings or astrology or both, in person or online. Click the link in the description and we will book you and get you ready for a personal reading with me, tarot or astrology or both. I got a combo. It's excellent. 45 minutes. Good stuff. We go over everything. And don't forget to join the Vibe Tribe. All right, everybody. I love you all. Leo, have a great week, and I will see you on the weekend. Virgo, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be for April 21st all the way to April 27th. Wow. The month is almost over. Again, we always go through this, it just seems like time is moving so quickly, at breakneck speed. And time's usually a perception. So if you feel like that, is it because you're not paying attention, maybe? Are you distracted and then you just realize that the month has gone by? I'm kind of looking at it like, time doesn't go fast or slow. It's your perception of that. Don't know why we're having this conversation, but I'm sure it's going to make sense with your reading and all of that. You know what I mean? It's maybe taking stock of what's important to us, that could be a huge thing for us. And are we just letting time slip away from us when we're not really in the moment? I don't think time slips by you if you're present, if you're fully present. Think about that. If you're fully present, you catch everything. You're aware of things. You're on it, yeah. Like it just wow, that's like really blowing my mind. Thank you, Spirit, where that came from. But for real, like, I think maybe if we're in the past, time goes by really fast. If we're ruminating about the future, time goes by really slow. Maybe that's what it is. Holy fuck, did I just have like a total epiphany? You guys have all, you're sitting here experiencing it too. But think about that. I've never really thought of it that way. Now, the astrology for this week, we've had a lot of energy, different energy shifts, things on the board moving. We had the sun move into Taurus. We had Mercury and Venus come out of retrograde and start moving forward. We have Mars moving into Leo. That's all happened within the last 2 weeks. For this week, on April 27th, Virgo, we are having a new moon in Taurus. So the sun has moved into Taurus, fellow earth sign, and now we are having a new moon in a fellow earth sign. Can be a little bit more easier for you to navigate, okay? But this is an excellent time. New moons are an excellent time to begin things, to really look at, make a list and go, okay, this is working, this isn't working. I'm eliminating that. I'm really digging my heels into this, okay? Making a list, Virgo. I'm sure you're on that shit, okay? And this new moon is shedding light into your 9th house of beliefs, religion, philosophy. Now, okay, so the belief about what we were just talking about, time, you could put that into, that's what you're going to be doing, pondering, meditating, really trying to get into your spiritual vibe and changing the negative belief patterns that no longer serve you. And you're really looking at things instead of watching time go by slowly or fast, and really figuring it out. This is an excellent opportunity this time of the year, this time of the month to do that. Wow. Fucking profound. Excellent, Virgo. So it also has to do with travel, education, speaking, publishing. It's a lot of communicating, fast ideas. It's 9th house issues. Also traveling, making plans to travel. So we're getting a message from and that's the only thing we got going on for astrology is the new moon. But that's good enough. That gives us enough work to do, and make it fun. Let's get a message from your guides. We got it from the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses deck. Goddess of the Unknown. A new chapter of your life is around the corner. Remove fear and embrace the unknown. Take some spiritual strength to do that. Let's read further on it, shall we? Virgo, what's up? Goddess of oneness, goddess of strength. Where's goddess of the underworld? Is it the last page? Of course it is. Okay. Only through the darkness of night are we able to see the beautiful tapestry of light which stems from the stars above us. This card is here to help you ease your fears about your future and of the unknown. Even though you presently cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel, you are being urged by the goddess to trust. You are always on the right path, even when you think you strayed completely off of it, Virgo. A major chapter in the story of your life has recently come to a close. An exciting new chapter is about to begin. Through the current emptiness, the seeds of fertile new future sprout through. Soon, you will see the light shining as brightly as ever. Now, I fucking love that. Sorry, I just did my lemon, lime, and cayenne pepper, and I've got a little cayenne pepper stuck in my throat. Maybe you have something to say, because that never happens. So let's talk about this real quick, and then we'll hit the meat of the reading. Things sometimes when we're in that moment, sometimes we just can't understand why things have happened. But as time passes and events occur. We look back at our lives and go, man, that actually happened to set this up, and you can kind of connect the dots of how these things that shake up your life actually are beneficial for you in some way down the road. All right. Again, this is a lot of, we're having a philosophical discussion today, Virgo. And that new moon that's what it's all about, is the ninth house of changing your spirituality and the way that you look at the world and, becoming more connected to it through traveling, writing, speaking, publishing, education, thinking about going back to school, maybe taking some courses like on herbalism or doing some Reiki, getting certified, something like that. Maybe even joining a church. Just as long as it's not a cult, It's not funny. All right, let's get the vibe for you, Virgo. Thank you so much for being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and let's get the vibe. What do we got? Yeah, I like that. Okay, boom, there it is. Wow. Okay, Five of Swords. Overall, this reading looks really good for this week. Basically, what I see is a lot of pentacles right here in the middle. Again, I have no strategy on how this goes. As you saw, I kind of just took a deep breath. The cards were all mixed up. I take a deep breath. I just open up my intuition guides. And then I'm here to tell you the story. I have no rhyme or reason on how this works. Sometimes it is what we need to work on, what we need to embrace in the outcome. 9 times out of 10 it is, but sometimes Spirit will have me put things differently to emphasize different things. I love it. It's a dance, and if you've been watching this for a long time, guys, you would notice that happens, This is no structured. The only thing I have is my little cheat sheet for, all the dates, things I got to tell you at the end of the video because I'll forget if I don't have them written down, So it's just something I glare at. But as far as a formula to do anybody's reading, I clear, I open up, and boom, let's go. Okay. So what we need to work on here, the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords shows us, again, worrying about maybe the unknown. Maybe we don't, it brings some anxiety. Anxiety is nothing but fear of the unknown, not knowing what's happening. And the Five of Swords says, that's enough. It's either we're going to let this shit get to us, we're going to let that thought, that crow just, or we're going to claim victory. It's setting yourself free from that. Setting yourself free leads right to the next card, the judgment cards. That's exactly what you do. You set yourself free from judgment from yourself or others. You release yourself of that. It's trusting. And then this energy in the middle here is very telling. I like it. The Page of Pentacles brings in an opportunity, maybe a message. It's very practical, feet on the ground, very Taurian, Virgoan energy right here. All right. Seven of Pentacles is in all of the middle of this. And this is put your time and effort. This is almost like this is what the new moon does. You plant those seeds, you nurture it, and it starts to grow. And soon, you can't make this shit up, guys. With the Nine of Pentacles and with time and patience and surrender, it bears fruit. And you're wiser because of it. And this has to do with relationships. The outcome is the lovers, maybe singles are stepping into creating a relationship and opening up and actually attracting that into your life. The Four of Wands is celebrating good times. It's home. A lot of couples could be moving in or could be getting engaged around this time, Virgo, so pay attention to that. But relationships in general this week are a focus, okay? Interesting. Very interesting. A lot here, but the worry and the judge, it's basically set yourself free and just, it's like the Page of Pentacle brings in the seed. You are to nurture and only put your positive energy into your dreams and what you want with time and patience and knowing and acting as if it bears fruit. And that's the outcome. You see how that works? Very clear here, guys. And the message at the beginning was a new chapter in your life is right around the corner. So remove the fear and embrace the unknown. That's such a great message for you, especially after everything that's happened. All right, now, again, firm foundation. This is showing feet on the ground. Could also, you're holding back too. So don't hold back any longer. Yeah, look at that. The Two of Wands, which is making plans, but it's also knowing that it's a waiting game. It's not really a waiting game. We're nurturing in the meantime as of we're waiting, okay? And look at that, triumph and success with the Chariot and the Destiny card. So something is at work here. Divine timing, I would say. Single, something's at work here where you're going to be in the right place at the right time. Relationship, boom, there it is. Let's get to relationships. It's been a while. I hear a lot of you Virgos saying that. It's been a day or two since I've been in a fulfilling relationship. This could also be, relationships all across the board. Virgo could actually be finding a place to live also. I mean, the Four of Wands says a lot. Harmony and happiness in the home, engagement, wedding. It could also mean moving, celebrating at home. All right, so here's what we got. It's time to walk away from emotional issues, worrying about them, feet on the ground. Lots of pentacles here, guys. Look at this. This is unbelievable. No more wishy-washiness. No more experiencing in and out. If you're just one relationship to the other, boom, boom, boom. Actually, yeah, this Seven of Pentacles, again, put in the work, nurture, gratitude. Page of Pentacles. Pay attention here, guys. There's a message or someone coming in here, maybe from work. And Ace of Pentacles. I see a lot of you Virgos. The message here is establishing more money, especially when it comes to relationships. There's an offer coming here. Could be an offer to travel too. Damn. I'm liking this reading. There's a lot of pentacles here. That's stability. That's this energy right now that we're in. We're moving into earth energy now. It's a focus on blooming and growing. Okay? What else do we have? Let's get some messages of love, Virgo. All right. Warning. Don't dismiss the red flags here. So, too much worrying, set yourself free from it. Don't hold back. Open up to abundance in relationships of all kinds. Open up to that new job, maybe traveling for a new job, something here. Regret, someone feels the remorse for the way they treated you. Okay? That might come to fruition. An offer may come in through that, those pentacles here. And wait, the timing is not quite right. Again, the waiting game. Wait. Hold on. You got this. Pentacles means slow and steady. You see where this is going? You'll have much time to celebrate because it's going to be very successful, whatever this is. New job, new relationship, new home, new. A new chapter is opening in your life, Virgo. I fucking love it. I fucking love it. All right. Let's get a closing message for you. Damn. Good reading this week. Open up to abundance also. All right, let's get a closing message for you and see what we got. Lovely Virgo. Is that it? That is. We've got two wonderful. All right, detach. You're being asked to detach from something that you've been holding on to. When we hold on too tightly to the desired outcome, it restricts the flow. Trust that the outcome will work out and let go of your attachment to it. Setting yourself free from attachments here. Interesting. And ask for help. You're being asked to request help from another. You don't need to deal with this issue alone, Virgo. There are many people who want to help you, but it's up to you to bravely ask for their support. It's a sign of strength to reach out. Do that today. Again, reaching out in relationships, the timing is perfect. Some of it's wait, There's a message here about just hold on, nurture. This is a week to start nurturing your mind. The garden of your mind, tending to the garden of your mind. Does this belief work for me anymore? Does it not? Am I in the moment? Am I letting time pass me by quickly or slowly? Where am I in all of that? If it's going by too quickly, it's because I'm ruminating about the past. If it's going by slowly, that means I'm focusing and anticipating the future and not really being present. And this reading is saying being present. Virgo. Love it. Work in your garden also. Ask for help if you need it. All right, Virgo, that was a fucking great reading. Thank you so much. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget the freaking weekend is posted on Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturday, and Sunday. Vibe check. Hell fucking yeah. And I am available for in-person and online readings, tarot or astrology or both. Go ahead and click the link in the description. It'll bring you to my booking page and I will hook you up. Join the Vibe Tribe too. And Virgo, love you so much. Have a great week, and I will see you on the weekend. Libra, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be for April 21st all the way to April 27th. So welcome, Libra. Hope you are doing well. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you found all those Easter eggs that were hidden for you, Have yourself some peeps. Ugh. I used to eat those by the handful. Disgusting. High fructose corn syrup never tasted so good, but it's so bad for you. It really is. Don't go there, Libra. Welcome. It's your weekly tarot reading. Yes, that's right. And Easter has passed. The sun is back in the sky. It's feeling good. My cherry blossoms are blossoming. Oh my God, have they bloomed today? It was like 60 some degrees. Actually, it was 70. And man, that just makes everything. You get this area to a certain temp, baby, and it starts sprouting. And it was just looking really bleak the other day. It snowed like 3 inches at my parents' place. So yeah, fucking crazy weather, man. But we have astrologically a lot of weather going on. We've got a lot of energy shifts. Kind of look at it like the jet stream pulling in polar vortex and fucking up all the weather, Those energy shifts with Mercury and Venus going direct. Mars moving into Leo, that's a big deal. That happened today. That's the 18th that I'm recording this. And for this week, we have... On April 27th, we have a new moon in Taurus, okay? And that could put, for you air signs, it's always a good time to start something new with a new moon, of course, like, new plan of action for, all right, so this is what we're doing for the summer, you're getting things ready. You're getting excited. It's a good time to do this. It's towards the end of the month, so you can get May, June, and July on track. And with air signs, I look at air signs as like lightning bolts that need to discharge out of the atmosphere, or they just gather more and more and more and more until it's just supernovas, you know what I mean? But in order for it to truly discharge and connect, it needs to hit the ground, which Earth is, it's the Earth that it needs to connect with. And I firmly believe that your air sign quality as lightning needs to connect and make contact with the ground so it can discharge. And the energy starts to flow again. I think that's what this new moon for air signs is like. And you're an air sign. because it's in the sign of Taurus, which is grounding, which is earth. It is feet on the ground. So a new practical approach on how you're going to do things. And it's shining light in your 8th house of healing. This could be dialing down debt, other people's money, new opportunity here, new business opportunity. It's a new opportunity to heal a lot of issues that maybe you deal with at this time of the year. For some of you, I feel like I need to say that. All right, so that's really the only thing we have going on. But again, a new moon is an excellent time to start that cycle, okay? 28.6 day cycle of getting that momentum going. A new moon in Taurus is excellent for like an investment. So I kind of see how it fits the whole 8th house, 2nd house, finance department, okay? But it also has to do with healing, and what you truly value starts to come to light. You know, we slow down a little bit. When that energy discharges and connects it with the ground, there's a moment of relief there. And I think that's where the healing lies for you, Libra. So let's get a message from your guides. There it is. Boom. 2 of them. All right. Angel of relaxation. Let go of desired outcomes, and you will get what you want. Okay? So just relax. Don't do it when you want to step to it. Goddess of oneness. Someone you love is thinking fondly of you at the moment. Okay. Grounding energy. We're going to look these up. We're going to add a little bit more to them, shall we, Libra? Angel of relaxation. You know, Libras are very relaxed. I know a lot of relaxed Libras, you know. My son is a Libra. And that's, you know, as soon as he wakes up, he's looking to relax. His uncle is also a Libra, and he's the exact same way. Angel of relaxation. Everything will fall into place and become clear when it's meant to. So switch off and take it easy for a while. The angel of relaxation has appeared in your reading to help you relax. By keeping your focus fixed on all it is you wish to happen, you are, in a way, preventing the natural flow of events to unfold. Listen to that. By keeping your focus fixed on all it is you wish to happen, you are, in a way, preventing the natural flow of events to unfold. Surrender any project or concern to the angels in the knowing that all is being taken care of. Focus on all you have achieved to date and all your many blessings. Take time to nurture and pamper yourself and to start to do more things which nourish your soul instead of worrying about the future. By relaxing and letting go of desired outcomes, you create the space for the angels and the universe to give you what you want. The message is trust. Damn. Think about that. That's why I'm not really saying anything. You need to digest that. All right, goddess of oneness. Remember that love is not restricted by time or space, and you are forever connected spiritually to those you love and care for. It is understandable that you may be saddened because you are physically apart from someone you dearly love. Alternatively, you may be saddened by a loved one's recent passing from the earth plane. For some of you, that may be so. Through this card, they are making their presence felt. Ooh, I got chills. They have not left you, and they will never leave you. They are forever with you in spirit. The bonds of love can never be broken. Feel and acknowledge their presence, for they are with you in spirit right now. Someone is thinking about you. Someone is with you. Someone is telling you, this is the message, guys. Someone is telling you to relax and just let go of the outcome and let it come to you. You do not chase, you attract. This person, may it be a past loved one, a guide, a mentor, a teacher, this person is definitely guiding you through this and giving you this message to just let go and surrender and trust. Wow, I love that for you. I really do. Now, let's get to the vibe for the week, shall we? Damn, Libra. I love that for you. All right, the cards are ready. They need to be stacked. Thank you. And let's get it. Libra, thank you so much for being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the Vibe Tribe, and let's get the vibe. Okay, yeah. Yep. Yeah, that goes that way. There it is. Boom. Boom, chicka boom. All right, you would think that I would put the Magician in the middle here, but that's not what the message is saying. It's weird how you would think, oh, well, for a balanced reading, I would put that there. That just me putting in that position is almost like my soul is like rejecting that placement. It's really weird. I have really been learning this week in these messages that these need to be laid out a certain way, and I cannot mess, alter, or fuck with these at all. I just have to let my intuition take over. Okay? And just, that's a side note. Wanted to share that with you. The Hangman is saying, you are not stuck. This is a perspective. Let's get some, shall we? Especially when it comes to finances. Because it all comes down to the Magician. Where you put your focus and attention and your feelings and your thoughts manifest in your current reality. Where are you putting your focus? On being stuck? Or making a change to move forward? That's why the King of Wands is here in the embrace position. Is to say, it's time for a change. It's time for a courageous change. It's time for a change. Let's make that change. Remember, you're not stuck. Again, you're stuck on fixed outcomes because you don't have it yet and you want it. And this person is saying, relax, let go. Remember where you put your attention. If you say, thank you. Thank you so much for what I desired. I am so grateful for it. If you act as if, that energy comes to you tenfold. Trust me. Outcome is the Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady. There's an opportunity also here, especially with the Three of Cups to celebrate, and especially with family. So it may be a stuck perspective on family, bearing the hatchet, that kind of feeling. That for some of you, I feel that, okay? And there may be a loved one directing you towards that. Stranger things have happened, But it's a great time to change your focus and change and move towards it one step at a time. And you will celebrate, especially where it comes down to friends and family. That Three of Cups energy is beautiful. All right. Let's get some oracles. I love that heart chakra. Open that up, baby. All right. So, again, there could be some disruption around you. So don't feel stuck in that because you'll attract more of that. Instead, it comes down to number one, solar plexus. We're going up. Solar plexus is before the heart. So we need to work on that. I am worthy. I am good enough. Confidence, baby. Confidence to make that change. Opening your heart, especially when it comes to relationships here. Again, strong emphasis on opening your heart to something here with friends or family that requires confidence and a change. Because there's a stuck energy that's causing a disrupt. Okay? But work on those two chakras, the solar plexus and the heart. I open myself to love, to healing, to forgiveness. I open myself to love, period. All right, let's look at love. Let's see what we got. See what we got. All right. Fear of failure and holding back. Yeah. And we're covering our heart. Open up the heart. Fear of failure is lack of confidence. Okay. And it's because of people stabbing you in the back before. Don't feel like you've been robbed or missed an opportunity here. Again, that's stuck mentality. What we need to do, again, the Queen of Wands is here too. So it takes two to tango. There's change definitely happening in this reading and in this week. It's opening up to change. Communication, again, more change on its way, but it's communications coming your way. So again, you may not have heard communication. Again, maybe distant communication. And Ace of Pentacles, an opportunity here also, especially when it comes to relationships. Also for jobs too. I know that we're in the love portion, but Pentacles talk money and business. So you could be like maybe going in a business partnership or something like that with somebody. But don't hold back. No fear. It makes you stuck. It invites disruption, and it's time for a change. And it will pay off, slowly but surely. Now, let's get some messages of love and see what they add to this little tale for the week. What else do we have for Libra? Thank you. Boundaries. Firm boundaries are needed now. Yeah, because there are some people that may be filling your head with unneeded shit. Again, causing disruption. Unavailable. This person is unavailable to give you all you deserve. For some of you, there's a fear that they're not. You have to trust that. I think for some of you, you're on the same page here. Maybe you're both unavailable for each other. I don't know. This all comes down to lack of self-confidence, if you ask me. So open your heart. Chemistry, the attraction you feel is mutual. Yeah, that's the what's going on here. And is it self-deception that's causing this disruption just because you firmly believe there isn't somebody that can truly match your energy and they're right in front of you and you're still not believing it? Please open it up. See what I'm saying? That could be one scenario for you. Again, it's a great time to heal with this new moon. Looking at things practically. All right, let's get a closing message for you, Libra. Bravery, absolutely. The King and the Queen of Wands really emphasizes that. You're being asked to make a tough decision that you've been putting off because of fear, which is understandable. But Libra, you do have the strength and bravery to make this decision. Yes, and you will feel so much lighter when you do. There it is, Libra. This is good. You're being guided to just trust, go with the flow, and don't hold back. And open up to change. Be receptive to it. I know it's difficult, but you'll be right back in your routine so you can relax. Trust me. All right, Libra, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to watch the Freakin' Weekend. That's when we go over the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Hell to the yeah. And I am also available for in-person and online readings, tarot, or astrology. You choose. I got options, baby. Click the link in the description, and I will hook you up. All right, Libra, you got some work to do. Bravely go through it and make that change. All right, I love you all, and I will see you on the weekend. Scorpio, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be for April 21st all the way to April 27th. Happy April. I don't know what the hell I was going to say there. I almost said September. No! We're in spring, baby, not fall. All right, so welcome, Scorpio. Hope you are doing well. We've had a lot of energy shifts, plenty. And now it's time to kind of settle in. It's more, we're moving into Earth energy with Taurus season. So it's time to kind of ground ourselves. I'm going to be harping on you a lot about that, is getting outside and grounding. 10, 15 minutes with your feet firmly planted on the earth, not the cement, not the asphalt, but the grass, the ground, whatever. Let that connect. Going for a walk barefoot, just walking around your yard. Kind of like do affirmations while you're walking around your yard. Taking in the beautiful air. That's not freezing the snot in your nose. You know what I mean? It's springtime, baby. And it's a perfect time to start grounding, especially with water signs such as Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces that need that grounding energy. Don't tell me you don't feel good after a good walk. It releases that negative energy. And when you ground and put your feet on the ground, oh my God, it's like storming outside. And I'm not closing my windows. because it's still warm and I love it. Yeah. So get outside and ground. Like that's what I did last night. The weather was finally nice and I went out there and grounded, and man, did that help, especially with the healing that I'm having to go through and not being able to ground during that time because it was February and March. I mean, there were many times where I thought of just going out there and just laying on the fucking freezing mud anyway, but I think a couple times I did. But yesterday I definitely felt it, and when I woke up this morning, absolutely, I grounded and went for a walk. I did both. And that was fantastic. That has greatly helped me with my mood today. I'm like ready to roll. So do that. It literally changes your blood chemistry within 10, 15 minutes. And it's free of charge. And you can do it anywhere. All right. Now, the energy shift that we have going on is April 27th, and it's a new moon, an excellent time to start things. Get these things going, put things in motion now, because a lot of things are now moving forward for us to, it's kind of working with us with this energy. And it's a new moon in Taurus, more earth energy. And this is happening in your 7th house. So this is all about relationships and the stability of such, what you value in your relationships. So many issues coming up for you to deal with, good or bad. But this is also, am I giving too much to other people or am I giving to myself? Where's the balance here? The 7th house and the 1st house are opposite each other in astrology. So when there's an emphasis on the 7th house, like there is now for you on the 27th, with that new moon, that new beginning, there's going to be emphasis on the 1st also. So this could be a new relationship with yourself, new relationship with others. Finding that balance between giving to others and giving to yourself. You always need to put yourself first on the list. That doesn't make you selfish. That puts a boundary up for you that says, I will not squander what my needs are for somebody else's. It empowers you. Okay? So this new moon is all about relationships for you, the public, putting yourself out there. If you want to be a social influencer, now's your time to start your business. The sun in Taurus is an excellent time to get some businesses going and for money making. Okay. So remember that. All right. Let's get a message. Yep. We're going to just get that one. Message from your guides this week is Angel of Manifestation, Scorpio. I love this. I've never gotten this card here for you. Okay. Your efforts, determination, and perseverance have paid off. Wow. All right. And it could be talking about relationships too. So let's look it up. Angel of Manifestation. You got the Angel of Manifestation. We're gonna see what it means for you. Okay. Scorpio, your efforts, determination, and perseverance have paid off. Something you have yearned for, dreamt of, and worked towards is about to manifest. I like that. Yet, this is not a time for wild elation. Keep your focus in balance and do not lose sight of your original purpose. Feet on the ground with this new moon in Taurus. Quietly give thanks to your angels, to gods or goddesses, and the universe for this blessing, and continue quietly with your work. Now, it's very important. Let's not get too excited. It's just saying keep your energy where it needs to stay, in the here and now. The sun is in Taurus, the moon is in Taurus. There's a strong message here for you Scorpios to keep your feet on the ground. And let's not start shouting it at the rooftops. Not just yet. You always want to keep your cards close to your chest until it's time. And you'll know. Now, right now isn't. But something is coming your way. So I already like the sounds of that. What do you think? I already like the sounds of that. So whatever it is going to start showing to pay off this week. And that's great. That's great. So just open up to it. Allow the universe to keep on keeping on. And you keep on keeping on. Okay. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Hmm. Yeah. Oof. Wow. Okay. Whew. Wow. The way these all come together is just amazing to me. Every time I say it every time because I just can't believe it. It unfolds right in front of my face. It really does. The story becomes very evidently clear. Okay, so let's do this. What we need to embrace, what we need to work on here, what we need to embrace, and the outcome. The outcome looks very good. More clarification about this angel of manifestation message for you. However, the tower looks like some shit has gone down, you know, could be even devastating. The thing is, though, is that I don't want you to blame yourself over this. You feel stuck because of what happened here. You're not. You're worrying about things that are not in your control, and control is an issue for you, Scorpio. So I want you to release that. And instead of being stuck in this cycle, I want you to embrace this energy here, which is the Queen of Swords. I cut all cords from the past. I speak my truth. I speak up for myself. I tell the universe, the Queen of Pentacles energy, I am good enough. This is very Taurian energy right here. Feet on the ground, her eyes are closed in the security that whatever she's manifesting is going to come to her because she knows she deserves it. The 10 of Swords, there's a huge energy here of you taking control of your thoughts. You're done taking arrows from yourself and others. You're not doing this anymore. And the outcome, the Star, the 9 of Cups, and the 6 of Wands, this is you knowing that the universe has your back. This is also self-care. I bet you $10 the Ace of Cups is going to pop out here somewhere, which will clarify the self-care. 9 of Cups is opening to abundance. Your determination to that does pay off here. And the 6 of Wands is success, claiming victory instead of victim mentality with that 5 of Swords. You see where this is going? This is empowering yourself, knowing that whatever you want to manifest in your life will come to you because you deserve it. End of discussion. So recognition and reward. There's a lot of, out of all of this comes a victory for you. That's exactly what's going on here. All right, let's get some oracles. Let's see what we got. Okay. Wow, look at that. Oof. The Lovers and the 2 of Cups are out. And this new moon is all about Scorpio energy in the 7th house. And prosperity begins. New relationship coming for you, single Scorpios here. Also, a lot of you Scorpios could actually be getting together to maybe be in business with somebody else and put forward a business together. Works out great here. This is 2 of Cups in the, this is, let's get to love. Let's just get to it. I mean, wow. Really cool. For some reason, I'm getting also women-owned business. Okay. All right. Let's look at love. Let's see what's going on here. What do we have for Scorpio for love here? Okay. All right. Yeah. Right now, there's a lot of indecision and uncertainty here. Again, this needs to change, and it will. I see this energy changing for you. Take the blindfold off. You may be not being very realistic about your relationships. Maybe that's the problem. We need to walk away from it with the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is getting out of Dodge, man. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. The 7 of Pentacles is put in the work to relationships that do pay off. The King of Pentacles is out here. Now, this could be a significant relationship coming your way. Very grounded. Could be a earth sign for sure. Page of Swords brings in a message, a new way of looking at things. Excellent. And the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, something's at work here. Again, Scorpio, you could be dealing with a Taurus, Leo, a fellow Scorpio, or an Aquarius, a fixed sign here. Something is working out to your advantage, whether it's business or romantic. This is looking good, but the uncertainty and needs to turn into determination and knowing, inner knowing that you've got this, okay? So let's get some messages of love and see what else they got to add to this. Let's see. Yeah. And this is where all the confusion comes. Obstacles, unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. So let's work on that. True love. This love is emotional, physical, and unconditional. That's what you're moving into. And this feels so good with this pentacle energy of planting those seeds, and it shows up with the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. And look at that stability. This relationship can stand the test of time. That's the other thing. It's establishing something here, something you've been waiting for and manifesting, and it pays off big time. There's no doubt about a payoff here for you this week, Scorpio. Open up to it, because this looks like you're closed off, blindfolded, not no. That needs to change, okay? Unhealed wounds are blocking that forward movement. All right, let's get a closing message for you, Scorpio. Let's wrap it all up. Let's see what we got. And it's open up. Scorpio, you're being asked to open your heart to another, to let down your walls and trust that they want what's best for you. Your life will open up in wonderful ways once you decide to open up. Open up to true love. Open up to stability. Open up to solutions to the obstacles that are stopping your forward movement, because this looks like it can change when you open up. Take the blindfold off, Scorpio. It's time. Work on your relationships, and especially with the one with yourself. And this week will go smoothly, and you watch how the summer goes too. All right, Scorpio, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, the freaking weekend is posted on Wednesdays for the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday vibe. Hell yeah, I got you there too. And in-person and online readings are available for tarot or astrology or both. I got you covered. Click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. All right, Scorpio, open up. Have a great week. Focus on success, and I will see you on the weekend. Sagittarius, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be for April 21st all the way to April 27th. Man, we're at the end of April already. And it's still snowing here in New York, Western New York. It's still snowing. My parents got more snow at their house, my poor parents. But they live out in the country on a hill in the snow belt. I mean, what'd you expect? But I wasn't expecting, or I'm sure they weren't expecting, 2 inches of snow in April. I guess that's the way it goes sometimes, I don't know. But it'll be here. Don't worry, it'll be here. It's just tough living in Western New York. We only get so much good weather. Maybe 2 months tops, 60 days out of 360. It's not right. It's not right. But we have beautiful falls and blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Patience is required. We don't have that much astrologically going on as far as big energy shifts and full moons like we did the last couple weeks. However, we do have on April 27th, a new moon in Taurus happening. And new moons are an excellent time to make a list of things that you want to get done for the month, for the next 3 months, for the summer, and it's happening in Taurus. Feet on the ground approach. This is when everybody starts planting. This is when, you start gardening and doing all of that. So metaphorically, look at that as also with your thoughts too. And this is happening in your 6th house of daily routine. So this is an excellent time for you to get outside and ground, get more exercise. And you could be saying, well, Jeff, I run around at work all day. Okay, that's good. But how about walking after dinner, taking a 25, 30-minute walk, clearing your head, going to the gym, cutting out food that no longer serves you, doom scrolling. This is a new opportunity to cut the fat out of your routine. And not only that, but to clear the mental clutter that stops you from doing that. Oh, I don't need to. I'll start my diet next week. You don't need to diet. You need to cut out the carbs. You need a calorie deficit. And you need to fast. That's what you need to do. And then you watch what will happen. You watch what will happen just if you cut out carbs and sugar and processed foods and start making food. You know what I mean? You'll be amazed. So, let's get the message for the week from your guides. This is from the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses deck. So let's see what we got for you, Sag. And that's it. We just have this new moon at the end of the week. So very good. A good way to start things, being practical, feet on the ground about where are we going with our routine? How can I be of service? How can I be more efficient in my day? Well, I got to stop doom scrolling when I sit on the toilet in the morning till my legs fall asleep. You know damn well you're doing that. All right, let's get our message. And it's God of the underworld. Something which no longer serves you is about to end. Oh, damn. Sounds pretty serious. Let's see. Okay. Let's see, Sag. What do we got? Oh, for the love of... God of the underworld. Okay. Hades, god of death and the underworld, has appeared in your reading today to mirror an impending death. Yet, this is not a physical death. Rather, it is a death of the outmoded ways of thinking, belief systems, or emotional patterns that restrict you or prevent you from moving towards a more positive and inspiring future. Now, this message aligns perfectly with this new moon and your 6th house opposite your 12th. Absolutely. Every single one of that. It's outmoded ways of thinking, belief systems, and emotional patterns that restrict or prevent you from moving towards a more positive, inspiring future, which is a daily struggle for you. On a subconscious level, the 12th house, you have earned to rid yourself of these traits, which, deep in your heart, you know keep you from being and experiencing all you can. Now, that's a big thing with Sagittarius is the belief systems that are built as we're young. We still try to make those stand as we get older. And we need more, better belief systems in order to live a better life. It is difficult to let go of something so familiar to you, yet know that in this instant, it is essential that a part of you die in order for you to experience the endless possibilities. Surrender, let go gracefully, and trust. Hades is often brutal in his ways, so you may feel unsettled or out of balance in the coming days. However, remember that this is all a natural part of the healing process. This card is not a curse, rather it is a blessing, which has the power to transform your life. Remember, death and rebirth are two sides of the same coin. You cannot have one occur without the other. Let go of the old and make way for something new. Damn. And the 6th house is the day to do it. The house to do it in, because that is your daily routine. How do we change up our daily routine? Do we wake up already pissed off, already tired? So right away, you're sending out that vibe of, the alarm clock goes off, you get out of bed, you go move towards the end of the room and you stub your toe, son of a bitch, the kids are late for school, the dog gets out and it's muddy and it's raining out and you got to go get the dog. Look at all these cards are down except for the Tower. You know what I'm saying? Your day spirals when you wake up with that attitude. Boom. That's what you're putting out there. Chaos. The Tower. Chaos. You can't make this shit up, guys. Wow, look at this. Sag, this is beautiful. A blessing in disguise, absolutely. Okay, there it is. Boom. Yeah, I want the Magician right here. Okay, the Tower and the Magician. This is a big deal here. No longer focusing on the chaos. It's almost essential for you to begin again. The Magician creates the life they want. Make that shit happen. See it happening for you. The King of Wands is making that change. This is Leo energy, fire energy. It's having the strength to move forward, to make the change. There is change that needs to happen for you, Sag, and it's the way that you think. Two of Wands is, again, more planning to make that change. The Three of Cups is celebration with friends, family. Huge focus on that because you're taking control. Wow. Powerful message already here. We've just begun. Damn. All right, Sag, let's get some oracles and see what they add to this for you. So things could have been chaotic. Now it's time to realize that, okay, I'm creating this. Am I creating chaos? Am I just allowing my day to spiral away from me when I don't need to, when I know I can be in control of this? You know, something to consider. Okay, your sacral chakra is saying a couple things. First of all, there could be a childhood issue that needs to be revisiting and healing in order for this to come through. But it's also allow joy into your life. Focus on joy in your life. Focus on joy in your life. Be truthful with yourself. You deserve it just as much as everybody else. Be patient with your process, though, please. Okay, everything in due time. But then things start to move forward. Messages are coming in. Okay, when you change your attitude, positive movement forward, absolutely. You see how it starts to build steam here? And fulfillment of wishes. I'm going to leave that right there. That's the big one. So be patient with your process. This is a process. Starting to allow more joy into your life. That's a big one. Making that change. Interesting. I like it. And that new moon can really help you along in that journey, you know? Okay. Let's see, what else do we have for you, Sag? What else do we have? There we go. Okay. All right, yeah, feeling alone. That full moon triggered something. Could also be working on that. And you're moving on. Pay attention to the eights. 888. That is abundance. That is prosperity coming your way. And Nine of Cups, fulfillment of wishes, clarifies that. Allow the universe to guide you. Be patient and focus on joy and stability. Again, there's a huge focus. Where are you putting your focus? Feeling alone or joy and stability and fulfillment of wishes? Positive movement forward. Movement forward. There's definite movement forward for you here. But it's you to stop focusing on the chaos. Some of you may even be addicted to the chaos. If I don't have a chaotic life, I don't feel like it's exciting enough. And don't tell me sometimes, Sag, you're not looking for that, you know? All right, let's look at love. Pay attention to 888, though. That's important. Anything else? Nope. Okay. Somebody may be coming back around, but there's love all around you. Don't, again, getting stuck in this, especially when it comes to relationships. This is where everything falls apart. You deserve much better, joyful, and stable relationships. You need to choose that with the Seven of Cups and the Hermit. You know this. You know this. The answers are there. You got to be truthful with yourself, Sag. You deserve better, and you're not allowing it. And that's okay. But once you allow it and you're patient with your process, god damn, does this move forward. Fast. Fast. All right. Let's get some messages of love. So, no more uncertainty. You know, it's time to move on. Moving on is going to serve you well, very well. The eights support it. Okay. What else do we have for Sagittarius in the love department? What else? Okay. Regret. Someone feels remorse for the way that they treated you. Okay. They could be coming back around to apologize or something like that. But also it could be you focusing on regret, which takes away your focus and does not give you any sense of joy and stability at all. Okay. Vulnerability. You can be completely open with this person. And that's what you tend not to do, is you hold back. And I think for some of you, you need to open up, focus on joy and stability. Be truthful. Be the authentic you. And leap of faith. It's safe to make the move you're considering. And boy, does it pay off. The move you're considering, you know it's going to pay off. It's just a matter of you getting out of your stuck mentality. Take the blindfold off, okay? Be truthful with yourself, but be patient with your process. There's big positive movement forward here for you, Sag. Big. When we stop focusing on the chaos and start focusing on the joy and stability in our lives. All right, closing message. Expand. This is what this is all about. Sagittarius, you're being asked to expand. You live in a huge world with endless possibilities, and staying safe in the known is no longer working for you. It's time to make your world just a little bit bigger. It's time to imagine the possibilities and go for them. And the arrow, of course, is your sign. You know, it's the arrow. Expand. This is when you use those energies that you were born with to manifest the life you want. You're coming into a realization here that whatever you put your focus on determines your reality. So what are you focusing on? The past and regret and uncertainty and feeling alone? Or are you going to focus on joy, stability, positive movement forward and getting what you want because you fucking deserve it? Make that change this week. You can do that. Trim the fat out of your daily routine. And that's probably negative self-talk and thinking that, oh, this is the humdrum routine. Nothing ever changes. The universe can only say one thing when you say shit like that. That is true. So there you go. So expand your thinking. When a Sagittarius is open to changing their beliefs, they will be unstoppable. It's when they fix themselves on outdated beliefs that things start to go tits up. Really, it's the truth. All right, so food for thought. Focus on joy and stability, you fun-loving son of a bitch. Really, you are. And focus on abundance because you deserve it. All right, Sag, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget the freaking weekend is posted on Wednesdays. Gives us the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I'm available for tarot and astrology readings in person and or online, whatever you choose. All you have to do is click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page and I will hook you up. Don't forget, join the Vibe Tribe. It helps support the channel and myself, and I'm going to have so many perks that you're just want to get a jump on this bandwagon. Join the Vibe Tribe, everybody. Sag, do your job and expand your thinking and you will change your life, and I will see you on the weekend. Capricorn, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be for April 21st all the way to April 27th. So welcome, Capricorn. Hope you are doing well. Damn, another month going by here. How are we using that? Are we getting ready for the spring? Are we anticipating that? Are we getting antsy? Are we being practical? Would this be a time to slow down kind of take stock of what's going on. For some reason, I'm being prompted to say that because I don't know where this is coming from. I just hit record and boom, you take over. Your energy takes over. So it's almost like, yes, we feel you, that you're anxious for movement in the spring. It's been a long winter, but the energies are aligning to where it's almost things can pass us by if we don't focus on the more simple things in life around this time. The smell of the air, how it's changing, the weather getting nicer, to appreciate the sun coming back into your life, the warmth, not from a dusty heater, forced air or baseboard heating. I'm talking about motherfucking sun, nuclear fission there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're talking about the thing that gives us life, because without it, if it winks out, that's it. So it's time to honor that. Easter is a time to do that. The resurrection of the sun. And it's just, it just seems like a reflective time, and to take stock of things. I think that's what the message is for this opening for you, Capricorn, is to take stock into things and realize your importance in this whole big universal hum we're in, and feel connected. Not like Katy Perry coming out of that fucking space capsule. I'm just so connected to love right now. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not it at all. I'm talking about 24 karat connectedness, not fake connectedness. And you know what I'm talking about, and you feel it in your beautiful moments. I think this week is to focus on your beautiful moments, okay? I don't know. That's the opening statement, folks. There you go. I don't know where that came from, but I will tell you this. If it came from anywhere, it came from you. Okay? So let's get down to business here. The astrology for this week is we've had a lot of astrology going on. We've had a lot of energy shifts. So this energy is shifting. We're getting antsy again. So now for this week on the 27th, at the end of the week, we're having a new moon, an excellent time to begin again, especially when it comes to issues in our life. Emotional issues, things that we deal with on a daily basis. The moon travels through all the signs in a month. So let's get in tune with this. And this new moon is happening in a fellow earth sign. It's a Taurus new moon. So it's being very practical. Feet on the ground. It's time to plow the fields. It's time to, get to work on an emotional level. And this new moon, this new beginning, is happening in your 5th house of joy, fun, children, romance, wanting love, giving love. It's also opposite the 11th house of other people. Relationships with other people, giving and receiving love. Is your love transactional, or is it genuine? Do you feel like you give love but you don't receive it? Or do you feel like you receive love and you don't know really how to give love, with yourself or others? It's deep, but this new moon is a time to have fun, to fall in love with your life again, with your relationships, your job, what you do, your passions, all of that. Your children. That's what 5th house stuff. It's ruled by Leo, so it's all Leo stuff. It's shining as brightly as the sun. Feeling good. Not causing drama. Nothing like that, And that's the only thing we got this week. So it's just a new beginning. so we can start the summer. You know what I mean? All right. Let's get a message from the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses deck. I've got it here for you. Let's see it. I love that. Goddess of Justice. What seems an injustice is actually a blessing. This was kind of like Virgo's reading. Goddess of Justice. Things finally working out in your favor. All right. You feel that a certain situation in your life is in some way unfair. Yet be assured that justice, which is the natural state of balance inherent in the universe, does exist. Justice is actually the universal law of cause and effect, through which all in life is kept in balance. The recent event, which you perceive to be unfair, is actually a blessing in disguise, here to guide you, Capricorn, towards the highest truth. It is understandable that you cannot see the blessing at this time. However, the Goddess of Justice is always asking you to surrender the strong emotions and resentments you've attached to this situation. Trust, by letting go of this issue, she will help you clear your path and create the space for something wondrous to occur. Again, fall in love with life. Know that life is taking care of you because you are taking care of you. Giving and receiving. That fifth house stuff. Not looking at things as, why does this happen to me? It's such an injustice. Why? Instead of looking at it as a blessing. Because it works out. Life seems to balance itself out. Interesting. All right, Capricorn. Damn. Let's get the vibe for the week. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, share, hit the subscribe, join the Vibe Tribe. Anything else? I feel like there's one more. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, a lot to unpack here. The Tower. What seems an injustice is actually a blessing. But with the Four of Cups here, you're not seeing that. Again, we don't want to be in this energy. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. We do not want to pass up opportunities that are available to us, Capricorn. Wow. Because we're too busy focused on the events that's happened so far, the unfairness, the injustice. You know what I'm saying? Interesting how that comes up. So let's not be in this kind of humdrum fuck it energy and not really see the opportunity that's come out of this situation or situations, whatever it is. Again, it's taking stock. It's looking at your life and going, damn, I've come so far, instead of, Jesus Christ, why? You know what I mean? That brings about two different styles of living. One you've been living in, and the other you haven't experienced yet. And you can, and you shall, if you choose, which comes to this point right here. The Seven of Cups is you're uncertain about the choice you have to make. And it's like that because you're very defensive. You have your walls built up. We understand why. But do they serve you? Again, this energy is kind of like, because all this stuff has happened, I tune out. I'm done. Fuck it. Fight. We don't need to fight. We need to surrender and let go. Now, this energy softens up and becomes much greener. Everything looks greener over here. You know what I'm saying? The Strength card. You're strong enough to do this. You have strength. Where is your inner strength? Get that back into action. You see the heart that she's wearing? That's fifth house. Leo rules the fifth house. That's what's going on with this new moon for you. So pay attention to that. And the Knight of Pentacles brings an opportunity here, and slow and steady. There's an opportunity to start planting the seeds in fertile soil. It's time to make that choice. It's not time, nothing looks like it's growing there. You know what I'm saying? So remember that. There's a huge message of you got this. Focus on happiness and joy and strength and how this has made you strong and you're still persevering instead of stuck and defensive and had to, you know. See what I'm saying? Okay. Because don't worry, things will work out. All is well. Everything works out in your favor. Say it to yourself. Everything works out in my favor. The universe supports me. And know it and feel it and say it over and over and over and over again. Instead of focusing on, I'm a victim, everyone fucks me over, I hate people. You know what I mean? Universe is going to go, oh my God, look at all these messages. All right, now do I keep this? No. Okay. I was like, that's way too much. So we got 6 instead. Yeah, this feels much better. All right, so trapped in fear and emotional loss. I understand, Capricorn, but where is it taking you? It's not taking you on this new journey. It's not. It's making you stuck. You need to emotionally withdraw from this. You're too emotionally invested in how things have gone fucking full tilt instead of doing something about it. You need positive movement forward. So things are moving forward for you. Pay attention to 888. Abundance is yours. 8, 8, 8, 8. Pay attention to the 8s. Focus on victory and success and recognition and reward. See, this is what we should be putting our attention on instead of this. And you have to make a choice and let down your walls in order to experience this. You can't let this go and still be defensive and still think you're going to get what you want. It's like everything that you want in life has got to be delivered to that wall, and you have to sign for it. The wall's so high you can't. Just leave it at the door. No, I can't. You got to come down and sign for it. So bust this fucking wall down and sign for what you want. Just like that. Now, let's look at your fucking relationships. I'm just kidding. I love you. All right, let's look. Let's have a look. Let's get love, shall we? All right, what else do we have for Capricorn? What else is there that we need to know about our relationships? Where is this going with the 5th house energy of this new moon? Could it be new relationship? Could it be, forming existing relationships, bonding, growth? Let's see. Anything else? Nope. Okay. Ugh. All right, well, okay. Again, don't turn your back on opportunity here, because the 2 of Swords and the 8, again, 8 of Swords, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. Take the blindfold off. You're not stuck. It's your perception. Again, anxiety. Always yelling at you about sleep. There it is. Get some sleep. Please. Knight of Cups, bringing in an opportunity here. Do not turn your back on opportunity in anything. Relationships, work, anything. In fact, new beginning. Ace of Wands with a relationship. And the Fool is, don't be foolish. Don't turn your back on opportunity here. There's a huge message on not doing that this week, Capricorn. The Fool also says it's a reset. It's a new journey. It's a new beginning here, because you've decided to let down your walls and persevere forward, and it pays off. 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. Maron. Stop. Stuck. The injustice of it all. I'm the poster child of broken hearts. No. No. I refuse to let that message sink into your head any longer. You can't do it, kids. You can't. Let's get some messages of love. Let's see what we got here, shall we? Anything else? Self-care. Clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. You have to. You have to make that choice. Fifth house, loving yourself, giving love, and receiving it in equal measure. You could really open up to that this week, too, with this new moon. This could be a theme for the rest of May for you, actually. And trust. It is safe to trust in this situation. Make the decision. I'm not going to be foolish. I'm going to take that calculated risk, and it's going to pay off. Twin flame, this is a divine counterpart connection, and you can open up to that. Don't turn your back on beautiful partnerships. Know what I'm saying? Excellent, Capricorn. Good message, positive message here, because it is all positive. You get the recognition and reward that you fucking deserve, but you have to allow it into your life. And that's the truth. All right, let's get a closing message for you. Okay. Have faith. It's not always easy to have faith and trust that everything is going to be okay. But Capricorn, you must do exactly that. Because when you have faith, your life will begin to flow in magical ways that you never imagined were possible. Trust. Have faith. Don't be foolish. Presence. You're being asked to spend more time in the present moment, to stop ruminating about the past or longing for the future. Your life is happening right now. And when you're not present for it, you miss all of its beauty. Again, this closes off the message I just opened up with. Time to take care of ourselves, to trust the process, to get our inner strength back, to be present. Stop thinking about the past. Stop being concerned about the future, and just know that in this moment right now, you are blessed, you are worthy, you are perfect, you are great, and the universe responds in kind. This could be it. Hopefully this reading hits. Boom. The bells and whistles go off. Mind blown, motherfucker. Yes. That's all you need to say. All right, Capricorn, that's going to do it for this week. Whew. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget the freaking weekend is posted on Wednesday so we can see how Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is going to go. Of course, why not? Let's do it. And I am available for in-person and online readings, tarot or astrology or both. I got you. So click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. Join the Vibe Tribe and listen, Capricorn, have faith and be present. This month coming up will be your month. You heard it here first. All right, Capricorn, I love you all. Aquarius. Ah, yes. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV. And that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading, Aquarius. Yes, 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 yes. And this little video I threw together for you from the stars in the heavens and the 24-karat advice above. April 21st all the way to April 27th. So welcome. How'd you like that intro, huh? I always get a little goofy on reading 3. I do readings in 3s, by their element. So I'm on reading 3 for the afternoon, and you happen to be reading 3. And it seems like on the 3rd reading, I really am warmed up, because I just sail through them. Well, I try to. I really don't try to. If they're 10 minutes or 18 minutes, I'm fine. It feels like 3 seconds, to tell you the truth, when I do a reading. So, yeah, how's it going? Hope things are going well for you. We've had a lot of energy shifts, a lot of things into play, and this energy is already just running through you like electric current. And it's time to ground, and I'll tell you why. Again, we've had those energy changes. Mercury going direct, Venus going direct, Mars moving into Leo a few days ago. Actually, it's moved into Leo today. I'm recording this on the 18th. And yeah. And I was out with my friend, and sure enough, cars darting out everywhere. People trying to pass you, it's like, what are you in a hurry for? Mars in Leo. It's a little much, and it's a traveling weekend. So please be careful with all of that. All right. So let's talk about the energy for this week, the astrology for this week. We have one big aspect, just one. And it's happening on April 27th, and it's a new moon in Taurus. So that electric current that's running through you can easily ground on Sunday and for the few days that follow after that. So if you really can't get to it Sunday, give yourself all the way up to Wednesday, Thursday. That's usually when the true magic happens. You usually can really start to manifest when you see the moon in that thumbnail kind of fingernail kind of Diana's bow, they call it, that little crescent. That's when you can manifest with the new moon. And this is shining light, or lack thereof, on your fourth house of home and security and family. You could be finding a new place to live. You could be physically moving around this time or planning to. Now things are starting to move forward for you. This could also be paying attention to new things at home, like decluttering, getting rid of all your junk. Good thing to do. If you haven't used it or touched it or looked at it in 6 months, you don't need it. That's what I'm going by with this spring. I am going to throw out every fucking thing that I know has been sitting in this place since I moved into it. You know what I mean? Time to go. And stuff I've accumulated on the way that is just goddamn ridiculous. So this could also be you giving yourself more time to work on your home base. The fourth house is opposite the 10th. So with that energy, there's maybe a work-home balance. You could also be working from home too. So that energy plays out. I'm really trying to be mindful of the you-knows I throw out, because I say it like, there you go. There it is again. I don't know why. It's just part of the way I, talk. So I'm really trying to be aware of the you-knows that I throw out there. Let's play a game and count them. I could put a little counter in the corner here. All right, so that new moon is an excellent opportunity to start some new things at home, to start looking for a new place to live. It's all about your security, home, all of that, and being practical about it. It could be putting things into work. It could be literally working from home. All right, so let's get the message from your guides, from the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses deck, and see. Yeah, that one wants to come out really bad. Goddess of Nature, of course. Love that. And that's got like an Aquarian feel to it. It's got the star at the top. I'm really digging that. That's got a huge Aquarian theme to it. Goddess of Nature says, you reap what you sow. Your dream is coming to fruition. Oh, fantastic. Let's read up on that. Goddess of Nature. What you reap, what you sow. Okay. Your dream is coming to fruition, Aquarius. This is a time to reap the rewards and benefits that are derived from the seeds of a project, venture, or idea you planted some time ago. It has not all been plain sailing, and many a time you have doubted whether your many efforts and labor would ever be rewarded. Yet harvest time has come, a time when you reap what you have sown. Accept all the blessings about to come your way and realize that they are the result of the love, courage, dedication, and commitment you have shown in the recent past. Give thanks to Mother Nature and enjoy. Wow. An excellent time to go out for this new moon and start making it a habit for the rest of the time that you can go outside and get barefoot and grounded and ground yourself. I've explained this in every air sign reading today, is that I've kind of feel your energy is an electrical lightning storm that needs to discharge. And this energy builds up in the atmosphere to the point where it has to connect with the earth. I think that's you starting this week, and this clarifies it. This will solidify the connection and make the connection and the energy coming into you being more of a conduit instead of, it's just harnessing this energy and it has nowhere to go. And it causes frustration, then anxiety, and then fear, and then doubt, and then worry. You see what I'm saying? So get out there and ground. I'm giving you homework, and it's not that hard. No, don't go, oh, Mr. Smith, I don't need another lesson. No, guess what? You do. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching, because you know this to be true already. Tell me I'm wrong. Okay. So, Aquarius, it's time to open up to the rewards that you know you're deserving of, especially if you've been on a passion project for a long time. It's going to start paying off. All right, let's get the vibe for you this week, shall we? That was a great message. Let's see, what else do we have for my lovely Aquariuses out there? Thank you so much for being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, y'all. I bent over to get one of those cards, and I almost face planted myself right into my coffee cup. Oh, my God. That would have been horrible. I stopped right before my third eye. I stopped right before I was about to bong that thing. That would have been horrible. That would have been tragic. It probably would have been a fucking disaster. Okay, now look. All these cards are face down except for this one right here. The Six of Wands. The Six of Wands shows us victory, recognition, and reward. Something that is definitely coming to you. Now, let's look at everything else. Okay, well, this is all right. This is all right. This is why we're here, to guide. I just get concerned when I see energy like this. But it's starting to make sense now. And I'm starting to feel the vibe shift that comes with this. Yeah, look at that. Wow, wow, wow. There it is. Boom. Okay. All right, Aquarius. It's a rebirth for you, the Death Rebirth card. So don't fear it. You're fearing this new rebirth because you feel it's not even coming. The Ace of Swords is you need a victory mentality, not a victim mentality. You're starting to slip. Maybe you already have. You're not stuck. It's time it's time to embrace some perspective here. And this new moon is an excellent time to do that. Page of Pentacles is bringing in opportunities. There's actual 2 pages here. So maybe one in love, one in job, recognition. Again, you're not stuck. You're not being left out. Trust me. Focus on success. Page of Cups is opening up to these opportunities. There's one that's just going to be like, boom. And Six of Wands is victory, man. The world, you could be traveling, you could be moving. That clarifies that with that 4th house influence of this new moon. But it's also completing a cycle. Showing here that the Death and Rebirth card are working together at end and end. See how that energy works? All right. Let's get some oracles and see what they add to this. Let's see what they add to this. So, Aquarius, this is quite something. You're on to something here. All right, it's time to use your inner wisdom. It's time to have faith. You know this, okay? It's time, again, the Hermit here is use your inner wisdom. There's something about books and knowledge and being knowledgeable. That's what gets you through this, and really trusting on the universe. The universe has your back. That's the World card again. So the universe and the world is shaping up to the way that you envision it for yourself. You have to make the action, though, and it comes with a different way of looking at situation, okay? Now, let's look at relationships. I like the way this is unfolding. There's opportunities here, but you need to let go of your need to isolate to the point where it's damaging. You take away opportunities for yourself. And you also need to know that you are worthy of them and success. That puts you in a victim mentality. And so a lot of you are kind of feeling that, Wow, look at all these came out in one chunk. They're all relevant. Wow. Okay. So when it comes to relationships here, we've had some stuff go on with the Tower. So we've probably had some relationship breakups, some problems, some drama going on. It almost seems like you got to compete for somebody's attention. 555. You're at a breaking point here. This puts you in uncertainty with the moon. This puts you also another 5 with shoulda, woulda, coulda energy, not realizing that there's more opportunity here for you. I believe that's what's got you in a defensive posture. You just want to just shut down, build the wall. Fuck it. No, you can't. In fact, it's time to move away from that by putting in the work, putting your intention and focus onto relationships that do work. Could be someone older than you, but this could also be financial too. And also the 6 of Wands and the 6 of Pentacles out with the 6 of Wands here, 666, balance in relationships. So pay attention to that. There's something at work here, and it's telling you that this is over with. Just because one bad experience, it's not going to screw the whole bunch. You know what I mean? I think that's what you're afraid of. And there's an opportunity here to really have, Pentacles in this style right now is more about stability and opening up to that because you deserve that. But I ain't going to lie. I mean, that energy is tough to work through. But it's time to work through it. You can be very successful. I think some of you might get engaged too. Opening up to that. Maybe you were supposed to and they never did. I don't know. But the energy looks too good to not open up to it. Release, radical acceptance and surrender can help you let go. Yes, you definitely need that. You need to ground also. You really need to ground. Abundance. You've done the work. Abundance flows to you now. That, with all these pentacles, really, really shows, guys. Really. And intuition, you already know the answers you seek. That's another big message here. Trust your gut. Trust your intuition. And this will pay off. Let go of the uncertainty. Feet on the ground. Something is really... There's a payoff here, guys. I mean, it's just... Are you going to allow this into your life? Or are you going to still be melancholy about it? I think some getting out in nature and grounding and having some gratitude and opening up to possibilities. You really need this. Allow yourself to experience it, and you shall have it with this new moon. All right, Aquarius, let's get a closing message for you. Could also be business partnerships. I don't necessarily see something coming around again, but I see something coming out better than it was before. Okay. Compassion. You're being asked to be kinder to yourself, to give yourself a break. That's a lot of that. Instead of being a taskmaster, a bully, and a horrible friend, be a loving comforter who always has your back. Pay attention to that. And presence. You're being asked to spend more time in the present moment. Absolutely. That's what this solitude is. Not hiding, but being in that present moment. Stop ruminating about the past or longing for the future. Your life is happening right now, Aquarius. And when you're not present for it, you miss all of its beauty. And it looks like it. So open up to the presence. Have some compassion for yourself. Be kinder on yourself. Even when all this reward is coming to you, you almost feel like you don't believe it. You're still in this, you need to get out and ground. You need to be grateful. You need to open up to more recognition and success because you deserve it. All right, Aquarius, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget the freaking weekend is posted on Wednesday to give you the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Absolutely. And I'm available for in-person and online readings, tarot or astrology, or both. I can hook you up. Click the link in the description, and it'll bring you to my booking page, and we will get down. Aquarius, Start thriving instead of surviving, and I will see you on the weekend. Pisces, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be for April 21st all the way to April 27th. So welcome, Pisces. How are you? How are you doing? You doing good? You doing good? That's good. That's all you have to say. I feel terrific. I am doing great. When somebody asks you, how you doing? Oh, well, you know, another day in paradise. You know, what are some of the cliches that people say when you ask them, hey, how you doing? Well, you know, living the dream. Or what's another one? Another day in paradise, living the dream. You know, YOLO. Let's see, what else? There's a reason why I'm going for this. Let's see, what else? You know, just taking it day by day. I don't know. But the reason why I'm talking about that is because when somebody says, hey, how you doing? I am doing great. I am doing wonderful. I am feeling great. Say it if you don't mean it. And then if nobody's asking you that, say it to the mirror. I am feeling great. I feel terrific. I feel fantastic. I am ready for this day. Instead of looking at you in the mirror going, my God. You know what I'm saying? It's all in perspective. And with all this energy that's going on, things are starting to pick up. And we need to feel great. We need to feel good. We need to be in the right vibration for things to move forward with us, or we're just going to be fighting the current and we'll be exhausted by the end of the summer. This energy is here to give you that boost to move forward. And we've had Mercury going forward now. We've had Venus going forward now. So communication and relationships and values all start to mesh and move forward. We had that full moon in Libra, you know. We have now Mars moving into Leo. That's a very passionate energy. Be careful driving, of course, especially when it's new, when it's just starting, you know. But it's going to be there for a little bit. And this week, on April 27th, we have a new moon, a perfect time to begin things, to set the intentions for the month. This is what I plan on doing. This is what I want to accomplish, and be realistic with it, because it's a new moon in Taurus. So we're knee deep in Taurus energy right now. Okay? That's all right. Taurus energy keeps us grounded. And you being a water sign like Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, you need that grounding. You know, that water needs to be absorbed by the ground, or else it floods. And then it creates all kinds of devastation. You know what I'm saying? So this new moon is taking place in your third house, and this is all about communication. Your brothers and sisters become a highlight. Writing, publishing, small trips, movement. Okay, because third house is communication. It's ruled by Mercury and Gemini. It's about saying what you mean and meaning what you say. It's about speaking clearly, standing up for yourself. It could also be planning trips. Lots of writing, lots of planning. Get things done. Okay, Pisces? So it gives us a very practical new moon to work with and start to set things in motion. Again, setting things in motion. I feel great. I feel wonderful. All right, let's get a message from your guides to start the week. Ooh, we've never gotten this one before. I really love that. Very Piscean, don't you think? You know, the color scheme, the purple and the blue. And all right, Angel of Soul Love. Oh, damn. Boom, chicka, wow, wow. Time to look at how you value yourself. Issues of self-love. All right, Let's look at that. I've never gotten that one before. Angel of Soul Love. The world around you, Pisces, is simply a reflection of your inner world, beliefs, and feelings. Truth. Let me say that again for the people in the back. The world around you is simply a reflection of your inner world, beliefs, and feelings. Thank you. There is a person or a group of people in your life at present who keeps putting you down and undervaluing what you say or do. The angel of soul love realizes that this is a painful and hurtful situation for you and has shown up in your reading today to help you work through and heal this issue. From a higher perspective, all happens as an act of love. The people in your life at present are simply here to help you face your own feelings of inadequacy, self-worth, and self-love. That is not to say that you should pat them on the back for making you feel small or sad. Rather, it's the opposite. Stand up for yourself regardless of what others think and say, and know that you are eternally worthy of love. In essence, you are a wondrous and beautiful being of light and love. True that. You are held in eternal embrace by the soul of creation, loved and valued more than you will ever know. Start to have loving thoughts for yourself. You are perfect just as you are. There is no need to change anything about you except for the perceptions you hold about yourself. Affirm to yourself many times each day, I am love, I am light. I value and honor myself through my thoughts and through all I say and do. I love this. The more I love and value myself, the more love and value I attract from those around me. We were just talking about this new moon being in your third house of communication. And this communication, this message of angel of soul love is coming in here to say, you need to do this for yourself. I feel great. I feel terrific. Let's do the affirmation over again so you can use it for the rest of the month. I am love. I am light. I value and honor myself through my thoughts and through all I say and do. The more I love and value myself, the more love and value I attract from those around me. Third time's a charm. I am love, I am light. Say it with me, Pisces. Say it proud. I value and honor myself through my thoughts and through all I say and do. The more I love and value myself, the more love and value I attract from those around me. Already, I'm just saying, and I've had some pretty good readings done throughout the course of the week of recording them. This so far, best reading of the week. Just because I am vibing with this like a motherfucker. Because I know that you need to hear this right now. Okay? Listen back to those affirmations and make it part of your daily routine. Do it for 3 days, and I guarantee it will change all of your energy. Guarantee it. Damn. Love it. I love that for you. It's all about valuing yourself and your self-love. And what you're experiencing out there is a reflection of that. So be mindful, my young Padawans. I love it, though. I love it. Soul love just isn't like, soul love. It's not an R&B song or a slow groove. It's soul love of the self and expressing that to you at yourself on a daily basis. Now, let's get the vibes. Ooh, Knight of Cups came out. There's an opportunity. Ooh, opportunity, a message coming through. Yeah, when that happens, we need to stack. And then we need to shuffle. What do we have for Pisces this week? Isn't that a great message, Pisces? Isn't those great affirmations? And for some reason, I started off saying, start saying I feel great. I feel fantastic. Just say it. It's so easy to be like, oh, yeah, I feel like shit. I don't know. I got a case of the Mondays. It's almost like we've made our lives like one bad sitcom, and it's really not funny. You know what I mean? All right. Okay. Wow. Boom, boom, boom. Did I drop a card here? I just feel like I didn't properly look. I never really do that. For some reason, I just wanted to check. Okay. What we need to work on, what we need to embrace, and the outcome. The outcome looks really good. Relationships, victory, recognition here. Okay. Four of Swords to the Five of Swords. Yeah. First of all, you probably need some rest. And there's a lot that you need to put to rest, like your fucking worrying and your victim mentality. It has to go. Again, speaking highly of yourself is the first step. Reaffirming positive affirmations to yourself on a daily basis. As I'm telling you, do the 3-day thing. Do it for 3 days. And you'll notice the energy changing. And then do it for 6, and then do it for 9. There's an end to this. Put it to rest. You also need some rest. So get some this week, okay? The Nine of Wands to the Knight of Cups is opportunity comes when you let down your walls of defense. I know you're tired. I know you feel like you have to defend yourself. But again, that outer reality is a reflection of the inner world. Why do you have to defend yourself when you look in the mirror? You know what I'm saying? Opportunity comes to you when you let down your walls. That's a big message for you this week. The Lovers and the Six of Wands, great energy here. This is a balance. This is a focus on relationships here. So you may have, again, too much in your head, first of all, and then all of a sudden the wall goes up and that's it. But it seems like you're coming out of this victim mentality. And the Six of Wands is really just the spotlight's on you. So shine bright. You know what I mean? All right, let's get some oracles, if you please. Gotta get some oracles, if you please, Jeffrey. Can I get some oracles, if you please? I am love. I am light. I value myself. I love myself. Is that such a bad thing to say? I love myself? It almost seems like we're shamed to say that. Don't get too high horsey. Fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, you have to. You can't sit around and wait for somebody to say it. As soon as you start saying it, you find somebody that does. Okay. Is that it? Yes, that is it. Okay. Mental conflict. Got some? Put it to rest. That's what's causing all this chaos. That's what stops you from having the relationship and the success you want. Because you believe you don't deserve it. I got you. Reverse it, okay? All you need is a fucking winning attitude. The Ace of Swords. New beginning in the way that we look and think about ourselves. Turns out to be a reflection and a payoff. Destiny is on your side. Looks so much like my daughter. Like, exactly. And, again, open up and the universe will reward you. I deserve it. The universe can only say one thing. That is true. When you say, I'll never find that person that I want to love so badly, the universe can only say one thing. That is true. I'm ugly. I'll never be able to lose this weight. No one wants me. The universe has to agree with you. That is true. Do you see what's going on here? It's that fucking easy. Flip the script. Change your life. Let's look at relationships. God damn it. I'm just kidding. You know what I mean? But the message is very clear here. In order to find love and to feel love in the world around you, you have to have it in yours. Inner, as above, so below. God, sometimes these cards just don't want to shuffle properly, and I don't like it. Let's do it one more time. Let's stack them one more time. Okay, let's look at relationships and love. What do we have for Pisces this week? What do we need to be aware of? What do we need to do? What's going on? Anything else? Boom. Okay. All these cards are face down except for this one, and this is the Hierophant, and that says to have faith. Have faith. Things will work out. That's imperative for you to be successful. Lots of change here. 2 of Wands. Pay attention to that. That's planning. Could be traveling. 3 of Wands is something you've been waiting for. Again, let down your walls, have faith, and it will come to you, and there the opportunity comes in. And you are strong enough to do this. Heavy Leo influence and the Chariot with success. Whatever's going on here is going to be very successful, but it's all determined on how you look at yourself. And you're ready for change. You're ready to make it. Let down the walls. I'm telling you, Pisces, it will pay off. Now, let's look at messages of love. Interesting reading. Very powerful. Very good. I love it. Okay. Forgiveness. Forgiving yourself and another will help you move forward. Put whatever it is to rest. I'm telling you, put it to rest and take down your walls. Awakening. Someone is undergoing a spiritual transformation. I believe that is you, because man, you're not going to believe it. You know, after so much being in a cloudy kind of condition, and when the sun finally starts shining on you, you're going to be like, hallelujah. That's all it took. And here and now, your true love is already a part of your life. So make yourself aware of it. Your true love is yourself. And then that true love shows up in your life. Okay. Let's get a closing message for you. So don't sweat it. Let go of the mental conflict. Let down your walls and trust that it's going to be okay. Look at that. Fresh start. Love it. Pisces, you're being given the opportunity to begin again. Hallelujah. Allow yourself to embrace this new life and open up fully to this gift that you've been given. Something is definitely coming out here to be very successful for you this week. Open up to it. Make it happen. Forgive. Let things go. And move forward victoriously because you deserve it. Fresh start on the way. Universe has got your back. All right. Pisces, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget the freaking weekend is posted on Wednesdays, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday vibe. I got you too. And in-person and online readings are available, tarot or astrology or both. I got options for you, and I will take care of you there. Click the link in the description and book your reading with me. Yes. All right, Pisces, I love you all. Embrace this fresh start. Say those affirmations to yourself every day, and you will see your energy change, and I will see you on the weekend.